not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Jason Ross. Good to hear your voice. Been a while.
Good to be with you.
Good to be with you. We did all our material before the show.
And it's a really good material.
Really, really good material. And you know what? It was like one of those MTV Unplugged. It wasn't electric.
What was it?
Acoustic.
Yeah. We need more in the band.
Chris a lot behind the glass.
I'm worried about Chris today.
Oh no! Tell me why.
He was a little concerned about getting connected with you, but we're no problem here. He's like, also the rundown's not printing. And Dave, I already had the rundown sitting here that he had already printed out.
It's weird. I don't have one, but that's okay.
Yeah. He sent it. He sent it over.
Okay. All right.
But he's worried about it. I'm like, Chris, you already printed it out. He's like, sheesh.
I'm having a stroke.
Oh, did Chris have a case of the Thursdays? Well, part of that's my fault. Sorry. I had to move rooms at the last minute. So Chris texts me. Usually we'll test the lines, 10 minutes, 15 minutes maybe before the show if we're on track. And I had to move rooms at the last minute. I took the wrong conference room here in New York. The one I usually use, they had not rented out, but reserved for some HR conference. I don't know what the hell. And so I'm literally at 5:59 plugging stuff in, going, oh my God, am I even going to make it? And I did. I mean, we're here.
I'm walking here.
Sorry, just doing a radio show. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to get in your way. But here we are. In the middle of a cool, or should I say at the end of a very cool July.
Yeah. I mean, for you and Chris, hasn't this been one of the better summers?
Best summer I can remember.
Okay.
I don't remember. I imagine tomorrow at the turn of the month, I imagine there's going to be some sort of I'm really curious to be, is it the coolest July we've had in years, decades, ever?
Yeah. But you're coming back for it, though, Dave, just so you know.
They will be talking about this summer for decades.
I was looking at the weather. I see it's going to be in the hundreds this Friday, Saturday, but you forget I will not be here for that Friday and Saturday.
Oh, next Friday. You're right.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'd heard it was coming, but as I just looked at a quick 10 days. So tomorrow, 93, 96, 92, 89, 96. There's a 99, 102, 100, but then 96, 93, 94. This is, knock on wood, pretty great, right?
I would like to remind everyone, because sometimes even natives and longtime Sacramentans, such as yourself, we all tend to forget that Sacramento summer is July, August, September.
Yeah.
It is not June, July, August.
Yeah.
So I have absolutely zero doubt that we're going to be sitting here towards the end of this month, or even better, third, fourth week of September, going, God, I still remember it being this. Was it last summer we had that 20, maybe it's 2 summers ago, right? We had 20 consecutive 100-degree days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which
and
you
last
love.
year was brutal, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
That's your kind of weather.
Sacramento records 45th day of 100-degree heat. This was last year, so 45 days. Now, they weren't in a row, but still. I don't know how many we've had this year, but less than 10, maybe. Or
What do
10.
you what's the date on that?
September 24th, 2024.
Okay.
So it's September 24th. They still hit 100.
Somebody on the text line, which you can text us at 916-339-1140, says that 40 said that it was the 7th coolest July on record.
Yeah, I see a little graphic here. Most 100-degree days in a year in downtown Sacramento. In fourth place was 38 days, which happened in 96, 84, and 2020. 41 days was third place, happened in 88. And then since 2022, 44 days, which was second. And last year, 45 days. So
Interesting.
I don't know how many, but typically we see about 23 days of 100-degree heat.
Every summer?
We're well below that.
Yeah. I'll take this.
Yeah.
Take this any day of the week. And I will take it twice on Sundays.
Interesting. Though that counts as 2 days, though.
It does. That actually counts as 190 degrees if you combine a couple of 95s. Well, that's good. Weather talk.
Look on your math.
What?
Nothing.
195 and 95.
Oh, you
yeah,
got it right.
Yeah, it's 190, right? Not what I said? No?
Yeah, I'm just messing with you.
Oh, thank you. Well, because it's not unheard of. Camp is this is great. We're going to move from weather to gardens. Campeo in the chat. And thank you everybody for showing up. Patrick and Eric and TR and everybody in the chat. Campeo says my vegetable garden loves it.
Oh, perfect.
We have a problem.
Yeah, bring him in for the breakfast.
Yeah, yes, because we have an issue in our garden this year. The grapes are great. The peppers are good. We still don't have our watermelons or cantaloupes yet, but they're starting to kind of watermelon and cantaloupe. It's nothing special. Our zucchini and our yellow squash is all over the place, which and that is the easiest thing. If you ever want to grow something, grow a freaking zucchini. And then every summer, everybody brings into the office 25-pound zucchinis that they can't get rid of. That's just a passage of time. Everybody does that. We have a few other things, but our problem is we're having a tomato issue. I don't know how to describe it. I'll just do my best to clean up how we describe it at home, my wife and I. So when you think of a tomato, it's round, right? All my tomatoes look phallic. They're not quite jalapeno shaped, but they're all long and not a lot of circumference to them. They're like tomato logs.
Do they need to go to Dr. Jack?
They need something, dude. And I'm wondering if maybe there's a garden person. My dad's going to text me and say, won't you ask me? But I did all the stuff I did. I did all the stuff I did last year. Every year we turn the garden over, it seems everything grows better. I did the whole crumbled eggshells at the bottom. That really worked last year, the calcium and all that. I don't know. I don't know if I have to feed them or they're getting too much or not enough water or something, but nobody wants tomato logs.
How do they taste?
That's the thing is we haven't really like the strawberries we did strawberry. We started strawberries 3 years ago and they're really coming in now. Like every day we go out there and there's strawberries, or every once in a while our Gracie, the other doggy, comes in and she's licking her lips and we can see, a little red around it. She gets in there and she's found the strawberries. So we have to keep her out of that. But we haven't had any ripe tomatoes yet. They're all still a little green, which is fine. That's one of the things that's honestly, Jason, I'm not joking here. This. One of my favorite things about growing tomatoes at my house is not the finished tomato. It's the fact that I get access to green tomatoes. Okay. Fried green tomatoes.
Right.
One of my favorite things to make with remoulade sauce. And if you ever try to go out and buy green tomatoes, it's a lot harder than you think. Not a lot of people sell green tomatoes.
I had my first fried green tomato in Asheville a couple weeks ago.
And?
Well,
it's fine.
Oh, that disappoints Dave.
All right. I don't want to lead the witness. So would you mind telling me And by the way, I'd like to welcome you in once again to Garden Talk at 1-800-920-1140 on Sacktown Gardens. Describe it, please, the dish itself. How was the green tomato presented?
It was in the middle of a BLT.
So it was a slice.
Yeah.
Was it breaded?
Yes.
Was it warm?
Yes.
Was it soft, or was there bite to it?
There was bite to it.
I mean, classically, fried green tomatoes are breaded. They're a little more soft than bitey, but they're served with.
It wasn't probably it wasn't presented as this is a dish. It was part of a dish.
You gotta have the remoulade sauce.
Did the bacon let you down?
Bacon was good. It was one of those things I took a bite and I'm like, oh, I'm just going to take this tomato out
and have a
finish the sandwich.
Was it because it was bitter?
Yeah.
Because fried green tomatoes, that's there is that bitterness to it. That's where the sauce comes in.
So you had a BL sandwich?
I did. BLA.
Oh, nice. Not a blat, but a blah.
Blats are great, dude.
They are blats.
I think it
really
needs
is.
to have that.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't think it has to, but it's not. It's a nice add-on.
It's way too early for this, but the best BLT I have had is at the Limelight.
So it's not a blat.
It is. Well, I asked
You
them to
add,
add it, but they use it's a blacked because there's goat cheese in there.
Oh, blagged.
Blagged. They use goat cheese, cherry tomatoes, lettuce, bacon.
Cherry tomatoes? They're cut small?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like cherry tomatoes.
You don't?
Nope.
He likes his tomatoes not ripe.
Yeah.
And fried and bitter.
No, I'm fine with all that, but I'm weird with the gooey seed stuff in a tomato. And when you bite into a cherry tomato, I don't like the explosion in your mouth. You know what I'm talking about? I don't like that. I don't like that I bite into it and it's just I don't like that texture. I don't even know if that counts as texture. I don't like the mouth feel of a cherry tomato. But a blat's the way to go.
Yeah.
100% with a side of ranch.
What?
What do you mean, what?
You dip it?
No, he eats the sandwich and then drinks the ranch.
Can I tell you, weirdly enough, actually, Jason, you're 100% correct in what you're saying. That's actually one of the few things I don't need to drink it. I will actually, I'll hold the little mini bowl of ranch in my left hand and then the blat in my right hand, and then I'll dip and eat. You've never tried a club sandwich dipped in ranch?
No.
Club or blat?
Or blat, yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, you do both?
Yeah, you dip the blat in the ranch.
That's too much.
I suggest you try it. It really does complete it.
You complete me.
Because I'll tell you, to me, the perfect blat is all the blat stuff. But it's actually a blat because it's you add alfalfa sprouts in there.
Okay.
So you really just want to sell it with bread and bacon.
And, I like to drag it through the garden, but it's not too much. Now, do you believe a club sandwich or a blat is a blat or a club sandwich? Does it have to have, in your opinion, a piece of bread in the middle as well?
I feel like that's club.
Yeah.
BLT doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Isn't that what distinguishes the club? That
Is
has
it?
that sneaky piece of bread in there for some reason?
Yeah, I think you're right. Jess wants to know what's blat. Blat is a bacon, lettuce, avocado tomato.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on a blat, but instead of sliced avocado, it's like a basic non-spiced guacamole. It's just smashed avocado.
It's fine.
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah. That's acceptable.
That would make it, I think, less messy because usually an avocado slice will slide out.
Yeah.
Yep.
They don't want to hang in there. They want to escape.
They really do.
Yeah.
And then you just have an avocado smile on your plate.
Why are they cut that way? But they are. The smiles.
They really are
on the plate.
It's because they remove the pit, and then they take the knife and they swing it, which makes the smiles, and then they dig it out with the fork or the spoon and just lay it out. Which really, if you're going to cut your avocado in the shell, which you should, you got to do crisscrosses.
Right.
Then you make avocado squares.
No smiles.
Jess wants to know: are we having Blatz at the remote show with the biscuits and gravy? I mean, I wouldn't object to it.
Yeah. When is that coming up? Pretty soon?
Well, I know Chris said leave it with me, and he can get back to us. What's the progress on the live show?
Oh, is that what I said?
Remember?
No, I don't.
When I get back, I think maybe we're going to have to do in studio fried green tomatoes for Chris. I could pre-make the remoulade sauce, and then I just need to bring in a couple of Ziploc bags, one for egg wash, one for flour, one for breadcrumb. We could fry them on the
hot plate.
The hot plate.
Okay.
We could do hot plate fried green tomatoes, dude.
Hot plate Friday.
I just would want Chris to be honest, because I feel like even though he's, him, that he might be tempted to be nicer about it because we took the trouble to make them. But I would really want to know if he would not like an actual fried green tomato.
You know me too well, Dave.
Exactly. Maybe actually it's a little better than at home. He's like, ugh. Ugh. All right. Anything else, guy? Have we covered everything?
That's it. Alan Styles coming up next.
Yeah. Have a good day. Courage.
I think Alan actually, unless I got my algorithm wrong, algorithm, I think Alan has a new hype video up.
Is it?
Yeah. Or maybe not. Never mind. No, yeah. I think that this is a different one. It was July 7th, but it like starts with him. He's like the ball player going into the light of the baseball field. And then it's just a bunch of, I think we can only call it hero shots of Alan, doing his Oakland Baller stuff, doing his radio stuff, doing his River Cat stuff, doing his Republic stuff. Now he's doing shuttle runs and jump roping. Now he's skipping. Isn't that new? Even though it says July 7th, I don't recall seeing this one.
Oh yeah, those skips, hanging with Dinger. Oh, good.
Yeah,
Brent's going.
Is Alan the future of all of this? Is this like, are we supposed to be doing this?
Yeah, and then I think we have those things that people say on the rejoiners. We could put that in the background, but have it just be you and I voicing our own.
I still love the visual of us.
Dedication to the craft.
We got to do our own hype, like our style hero shots, like just putting chips in the mouth. Maybe like with the great music in the background, but like eating a chip, then like a hero shot of us napping.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe swinging a golf club.
Like
that look on your face when your son kicked you in the junk on the Christmas card, but it's like when we get up in the morning.
Yeah.
Like holding our back.
It shows you like hitting your alarm, like he's getting ready for the day, and you get out of bed. Oh,
right. That's a hero right there.
Yeah.
And it's like you got to embrace the pain.
Stub my toe on the corner of the bed.
Just struggling for dear life on the toilet at 4 a.m.
Wow.
Is that over the line?
No.
I'm talking about replacing it with day.
Gross. I'm mad it's not in my video. You playing the acoustic guitar.
Rage quitting in a video game. Bowling. We could put a lot of stuff together.
We could.
Coming into this, like it shows us like from the back walking into the station at the start of the day, and then next thing is like Jason, you're like gesticulating something with your hands to like make a strong point.
I'm doing what?
You're gesticulating. You're wacky foam waving inflatable guy with your hands to make a point. Like, it's just a clip of something you're saying out of context where it's like, you just can't do that and expect to be the guy in the city. And really, you were talking about, like, maybe you were talking about soft serve ice cream restaurants, but like, It looks like you're talking sports.
I don't like fried green tomatoes.
We should do an action video, like, out in the style of, well, Alan Stiles, but specifically for the show starring the three of us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not a parody, but it's kind of a parody.
It's a parody. Like, Chris brings in donuts, and you and I are looking over which one we're going to take.
But it's like in slow-mo and black and white, so it's like really dramatic looking, or in sepia. And then, like, Alan has some sort of like modern cool track playing behind what he does, and you and I have like Carry On My Wayward Son, the instrumental version or something.
Hey, what's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Okay. But you and I are singing it?
Yes. We're just kind of mumbling, Carry On My Wayward Son. Dwayne and Jess both thought I said testiculating. Guys, gesticulate, it's a word.
I don't know. Prove it.
All right. Well, enough of that malarkey and hullabaloo. Leading off starts right now, please.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
So the difference in this game is the Pirates in the top of the 10th made contact with a runner at third and less than 2 outs, and the Giants in their half did not.
Boy, it really just such a disappointing homestand for this Giants club. And you tip your cap to the Pirates, who came in here and just pitched beautifully throughout the 3-game series.
Now they're both frustrated.
Yeah, you don't want to see an angry Crook.
Or Kipe.
Or a Kipe. We saw angry Kipe yesterday. We don't want angry. Okay, I need to be. There's a lot of lava pits there. We don't want to see the Giants announcers angry.
Yes.
Frustrated isn't a good word for it. This is.
And they even had our guy Logie Webster pitching.
I know. The break up those Pirates.
Yeah, break them up.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. And the Giants traded Tyler Rogers, so
It's over.
there you go. Yeah, well, screw the Giants. The A's are a lot more from the 209, a hero shot in our video. It definitely has to be slow motion me beating my pizza oven. That's not a by the way, that's not a euphemism.
100%. Actually, I think I want that in my video.
Me beating your pizza oven.
Oh, that's personal. No, yours.
The Giants suck. They have wedged a 2-game winning streak in between a pair of 6-game losing streak sandwiches. It's a losing blat if I ever heard one. But far more exciting, and dare I say far more relevant in the zeitgeist of baseball right now. Your not Oakland, not Sacramento, not Las Vegas Athletics. Cut number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
The 2-2. Bouncing ball to first. Kurtz is there. He'll take it himself. Perkins and the A's send the Mariners packing as they win the game 5-4 in the series against Seattle as a whole.
Send them packing. Pack the big dumper. Get out of here.
Yeah, you big dumper.
You big dumper in your pants. Well,
He couldn't hit a home run in that park.
nope. Here's we'll go to break with some good news, bad news, since Safer Out is coming up next, Jason. The good news is that the A's won again last night.
Yeah.
The good news, I guess, also part 2, Electric Boogaloo, is that they won. What they win 5-4.
Mm-hmm.
The bad news is the A's won 5-4, which means there was a save situation, and Mason Miller is fully rested, and he did not pitch. Dun, 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 dun. as the Mason Miller turns. So we'll talk about that because that was no accident. Also coming up today, Sam Amick back from vacation. He's going to join us to talk about the NBA. He's not Kelly's sisters. He's Kelly Brothers. He's good at business. He's going to join us as well. And as the Jonathan Kuminga turns, by the way, I guess we kind of have an update on that. I don't know. I'm so tired of it. I was tired of it yesterday. I'm even tireder of it today, but we'll talk about it. It is a Thursday program. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Christopher Laud. Sit back, wash your hands, please, and enjoy the program. We will be right back.
What you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-838-6767. That's 800-838-6767.
Lowe's knows hot deals help you get the most out of summer. Get up to 30% off select major appliances and get it delivered as soon as next day. Plus, get up to 30% off select patio furniture, grills, outdoor power equipment, and more. These end-of-season savings won't last long. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Valid on eligible in-stock orders in select locations. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com/delivery for more details.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
People are coming from all over to Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, from Folsom, Elk Grove, Woodland, Roseville, because they've seen for themselves the huge selection and the best prices at SacSuperstore.com. Good luck finding a lower price anywhere else. And if you do, they'll match it. It's as simple as that. Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, where a handshake still means something. Open until 10 o'clock and centrally located right across from Hagen Oaks Golf Course. And online at SacSuperstore.com. The guaranteed lowest price and the best selection of Dodge, Chrysler, Jeeps, and Rams. SacSuperstore.com.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Locash, Vincent Mason, and Avriana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Sponsored by the California Army National Guard and Hop Valley Brewing. Tickets at CITPFest.com.
Whitey here, and I want to remind you, not all grills are created equal. The Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers are built different, built better, and built to last, with features other grills can't match, complete with a lifetime warranty. It's a great time to find out for yourself because Napoleon's Pro Summer Blast is on right now. Save up to $400 today on a Napoleon stainless steel Pro Grill. Become the envy of your neighborhood. Offer ends July 31st, 2025. Visit your local Green Acres Nursery and Supply and get grilling today on your new Napoleon Prestige Pro Grill. Napoleon stainless steel grills, simply the best.
Safe,
or out. It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All right, safer out time. Hey, you know what? We always appreciate everybody on the text line, everybody in YouTube, everybody who listens to the program. Special shout out to TR in the chat. I don't know that I ever mentioned TR, but that's my guy or girl. Actually, I guess technically I shouldn't assume. I have no idea, but always appreciate everyone listening. But I'd like to declare today National TR Day.
How about that?
How about that, right? Just if you see a TR in your life, tell them hi, maybe take your hat off and tell them thank you.
Yeah.
How about that?
For all the work they've done.
Thanks, Taysom Ross.
Taysom or Taysom?
Taysom.
Oh, gotcha. Hey, safer out, would you? Question 1.
Is Mason Miller gone?
I was to the point. Yeah, there are talks from credible sources or reports from credible sources that the Padres are trying to put something together for Mason Miller. It sounds like he's either gone or he's incredibly close. Plus, you had this caught my eye yesterday. A's broadcaster Dallas Braden, which, by the way, I'd like to also, Chris, in addition to grandson of Harry Carey, Chris, also put out a request. Wait, how have we not had Dallas Braden on the program?
That's a good point.
We can work what I'm saying. Yeah, we should get Dallas on. I mean, I love having the players. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think we can go wrong with Dallas Braden. So Dallas tweeted something out yesterday on his Twitter account, and it said this was at I don't know. It was yesterday evening, and he said, "quote Not here to break the news, just here to help mend the broken hearts." That smells a little fish taco to me. So Mason Miller not appearing last night in a save situation. I don't think he's pitched Saturday or Sunday. And then after the game, Mark Kotze was asked about it, and I think I'm paraphrasing, but I'll get the basics to you right. It was something like Mason wasn't available, and that's all I could say about that. It was very closed-ended. So it certainly smells like at worst, if you're an A's fan, he's gone, or at best he's on the verge of being gone, and they're on the verge of making a deal.
And if it's really the Padres, they already have an awesome bullpen. If they're trying to add him, I just hope the A's do well if they do ultimately move Mason Miller, because that guy, I'm a big fan of him. He's been a friend of the show. We've had him on. I like watching him play. I like his intro. I like everything about what he does. So I hope he doesn't go, but if he does, I get it. It's part of the business.
Yeah, and we talked about this, I want to say about a month ago, Jason. And I'm speaking to athletics fans now, and I'll predicate this by saying I wish it wasn't this way. I wish they weren't run this way. It's wrong. It's stupid. It sucks. I can't imagine the pain you go through with this. I really can't. So please understand when I say I actually think they should trade Mason Miller if they get, and let me present why. He is on an incredibly friendly contract. He is under control for a while. And the way the A's are forced to operate because of their crap owner, he's one of those guys that if you can get a haul of prospects for him, you do it, because they have to keep recycling in order to satisfy John. I don't think he's the type of guy under that John Fisher garbage ownership that you just hold on to for years and years and years. I think they can get, I hope if he's traded, they get a haul for him. And you never know who the next Nick Kurtz or Jacob Wilson. And I know the A's fans are saying, yeah, dude, until that person gets traded. No, you're right. But that's just, unfortunately, the cycle of the A's. Shouldn't be that way.
I was just thinking of something. If you're to take the A's opening day roster, what percentage of them, if everything goes right in Vegas, will be on the opening day of the first game in Vegas?
I would say, let's see, 25. I would put the over-under at like 15%, 10.
I'll say 10.
Yeah, honestly.
Wow. Yeah.
And keep in mind that's somewhere between like 2 and 4, 2 and 5 players.
Yeah.
So we're not talking about a lot. I was wondering where to put this. I wrote this in the notes on the show. I guess now is as good a time as any. We were talking yesterday about Bryce Harper and Rob Manfred and salary cap and all that. Jason, we talked about a salary floor. This is a crazy stat. This is the gap in both millions and then the percentage difference between the highest salaried team and the lowest salaried team in each of the 4 major American sports. In the NHL, the largest gap is 54%, 44 million. In the NFL, the largest gap is 132 million. That's 62%.
Okay.
In the NBA, the largest gap between largest salary team and lowest salary team, 88 million, 66%. Okay, so you have 54, 62, and 60%. That's the difference between the highest and the lowest paid teams in those 3 sports. In baseball, the biggest difference between the highest paid team and the lowest paid team, $296 million. That is a 333% difference.
Oh, man, I'm out of cash.
You believe that?
Well, I do, but it's off. I mean, it just that's a fix that can be addressed. Needs to be addressed.
I just, yeah, I don't know, dude.
And I think that gap you're saying is what, 290? What was it?
The what now? 296 million.
296 million, if I'm not mistaken, in baseball. That gap would be like the 4th highest payroll.
Yeah, you're right.
Just the gap, like, because I think there's 2 or 3 teams over 300 million, and the gap is at 290. I mean, that's awful.
It really is. And I don't understand how. And granted, look, as we said before, the baseball union is pretty damn strong, and the players are pretty damn strong behind the union. So this will get asked. I would just love to be in the room when somebody says to Rob Manfred and the MLB negotiators, "How do you possibly think this is okay? How do you justify this? How are you possibly going to try to make a case for this?"
Good
it's
luck.
Sad.
Yeah.
Good luck. And that's why we are almost certainly getting a strike/lockout in a couple of years in baseball. And baseball doesn't need that, dude. No sport needs it, but baseball really, really doesn't need it. Question 2, please.
Is Bob Melvin in trouble?
He might be, Jason. I don't think he's in trouble in the sense that you're going to fire him during the season. Although, I mean, hell, another one of these 6-game losing streaks, you might. But it could be a situation where you combine it's not the lack of performance. You could argue he's got them overachieving, but really they added some folks. It's not like the Giants just sat with last year's roster. You get into the offseason, maybe they finish around 500 or below, and it's a combination of that. Buster Posey's, thinking, he's not really my guy. I think it's a coin flip as to whether or not we see Bob Melvin next year.
Yeah, I was looking at Gabe Kapler, the last manager, 107 wins, 81, and then 78, and they let him go. I mean, Bob Melvin's a great manager, good person, good guy.
Yes.
It means a lot to that organization, but it is a results-based. I don't feel like he's there yet, but the fact that the question doesn't seem like absurd, kind of makes you go, maybe.
Well, the other thing to keep in mind, I mean, I know this is whatever. You know whose contract is up at the end of the season?
Uh-oh, who's that?
Guy in Texas.
I like all my guys.
Just saying.
Yeah.
I don't know how Bozy feels about our guy Bob Melvin, but I can guarantee you Bruce Bochy's his guy.
Yeah.
Promise you that. So that'd be quite interesting. Imagine Posey going from Bruce Bochy being his effective boss and manager and all that to, wonder if that's weird, like the switch around where it's like, I'm the captain now. Deal with it, Boch.
Yeah, Boch.
Number 3, please.
If today's trade deadline were a movie, would it be Armageddon or The Quiet Place?
Great question, Chris.
I'll also add this is the end.
I think it might be. Honestly, I think it's going to be somewhere. I think it's going to be the Patriot. It's not going to be literal earth-shattering, massive. It's going to be domestic and localized, and definitely some noise will be made.
Oh, I thought like overhyped and not very good.
How dare you? The Patriot is one of the most watchable movies of the last 20 years.
Wait,
come on.
It's older than 20 years, isn't it?
Crap, you might be right. It's one of the most watchable movies of the last 30 years. Come on. When you deny the beauty of what's his name? Draco Malfoy's dad being the bad guy, Jason Isaacs. Notice I'm really trying to push the movie without talking about the star. You know the star of the movie was America.
Unfortunately, we've brought up 2 of his movies in the last 2 days.
What was the other one?
Maverick.
Oh. Yeah, I'm never going to be good at that, dude. I don't know how that works. I love Maverick, and I love Lethal Weapon, and I love The Patriot, and I love you know what I love? There's the like low-key Mel Gibson movie I really like is what is it? What Women Want with Helen Hunt.
Uh-huh.
But I get it. Not a great dude. I don't know what the rules are on that. You know what I like? I like What Do Women Want because of Helen Hunt. How about that? Big Helen Hunt guy.
Yeah. Where is
he? Was
Helen?
great in Twister.
Mad About You.
Mad About You with Paul Reiser.
Mm-hmm.
Something's got to give.
Something's got. Oh, she was really good. And Something's got to give. She made me want to be a better man.
Better man.
Can't find one.
Huh.
We'll take a break. When we return, what shall we talk about? I have an idea. Shannon Sharpe, he's gone, fired at ESPN. We've got some audio from him. Well, Gilbert Arenas. There's news on him, and it ain't great for Gil. Agent Zero in the news. We'll talk about that next.
He digs, he turns, he dives. It is a touchdown. It is a touchdown.
The NFL is on Westwood One.
Uncorks a deep ball downfield into the end zone. A crowd is there, and it is caught. Touchdown. Miraculous!
The NFL Hall of Fame game live from Canton, Ohio. Chargers and Lions. Tonight starting at 5 right here on Sacktown Sports.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity. Introducing the 5-year price guarantee. One internet price, 5 years guaranteed. Well, by his standards, Lawrence Butler isn't having the kind of season he expected, but still, Lawrence is just 25, and he's only played the equivalent of 2.5 seasons in the minor leagues. And now he's on a pace to become the first athletic since Coco Crisp back in 2013 to go 20-20, 20 homers and 20 stolen bases.
Welcome to Dugout Radio, the undisputed home of Boomtown Baseball.
The Wi-Fi is booming with Xfinity, baby. Our next caller is
Stacy. How do you stay locked in on every pitch and play?
We stream it all live on Xfinity Internet with low lag, 99.99% network reliability, and speeds faster than a base runner beating the throw to home plate.
I stream on my TV, tablets, even my smart fridge.
Smart fridge.
With all those games, we gotta refuel.
Stream live baseball with Wi-Fi built for the biggest moments. Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed.
The Giant Summer Sale is here. Get giant savings on our giant selection only at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save during the Honda Summer Event and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. See all our specials at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Shooting lower scores isn't always about changing your swing or equipment. Sometimes it's as simple as changing how you hit certain shots on the course. Molly Braid, a Golf Digest Best Young Teacher, sees a classic mistake on uphill chips. Players will grab a sand wedge thinking the high-lofted club will get the ball in the air, but instead, the ball pops too high and comes up short. Use a club with less loft, Braid says. Grab your pitching wedge, 9-iron, or even 8-iron, depending on how far you hit the ball. Set up with your hips and shoulders in line with the hill. The handle is going to come back, and there will be added loft to the club, so it will have more height, like a sand wedge. Your pitching wedge and your 9-iron don't have as much loft as your sand wedge, but when you're hitting from a steep uphill lie, your pitching wedge is going to produce sand wedge-like results. You'll get that high trajectory up and over the hill to land soft on the green. If that's your Golf to Go, I'm Frank LaRosa.
Hi, Sacramento. It's the No Surprise guys at Bell Brothers Plumbing. Need a water heater or plumbing repair? Call Bell Brothers. Clogged drain? We'll clear it for $67. Plus a free camera inspection, a $250 value. We're fast, on time, and the price we quote is the price you pay. No surprises. Plus, we'll check your plumbing for free. Call Bell Brothers or book at thenosurpriseguys.com.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Big year. I'm starting middle school.
Welcome to the jungle, Missy.
Best part? My parents promised me a new laptop.
Perfect for homework, essays, and drudgery.
So we went to Staples. They had all the latest tech, and laptops were up to 40% off.
Woo! Another back-to-school budget saved by Staples Easy Button.
Mom high-fived the cashier. So embarrassing.
Staples.
That was easy.
In-store, online, and on the app. In 23 select models only.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Oh. Bung, bung. Oh. Welcome back. Trent says, I don't have the fire for radio anymore. Why would he say that?
Sad.
In all caps. Let me tell you something, brother.
Hey, brother.
Let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something.
Are you on goofball pills or something?
I think anyone who works with me or knows me knows if I did not have the fire for radio, I promise you it would be very apparent. Or wait a minute. Or is it apparent and I just don't know it? I love radio. In what other job can you go to work or be at work every day and you get to talk about sports or food? I would say this, Jason. Would you say it's fair that, for example, this week, especially when we're all together, 30% of the show we're laughing?
Probably
20 to 30%.
Yeah.
That's a pretty high laugh rate.
Yep.
For any, I would, unless you're like a comedian or something, or you work on a sitcom, if you worked at The Office with Steve Carell, you're going to be laughing all day while you're working, stuff like that. But I think jobs are very few and far between. I think jobs are very few and far between that you get to laugh 20 to 30% of your day. So how could you not have the fire for that?
I've got the fire. We're bringing the heat.
Or is that just something people start saying when you get older and they think you're like Is it like one of the, not to compare myself to Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, I'm just thinking of athletes that are older, and then it's like, are they going to come back next year? Do they still want to play?
Right. Losing the fastball.
Okay, I really don't want that hanging in the air, myself and those Hall of Fame awesome, players in the same sentence. So is there another example of, okay, all right, I'm not, I'm Jamie Moyer.
Wow, that's the next example.
I'm trying to think of an athlete that's old, like older, getting older, but also is not like a Hall of Famer. So it sounds more humiliated.
Active? Because Jamie Moyer retired like 20 years ago.
Well, who's active that's old?
That's not Hall of Famer?
Yeah. Okay. DeMar DeRozan? He's a Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer.
Oh, Al Horford. No, is Al Horford a Hall of Famer?
Oh, good for sure. I think he's a Hall of Famer.
Haslam retired recently, right?
Yeah. Haslam was a good one.
That's you know what? Honestly, that is perfect. And honest to goodness, I will wear that. I'll wear that proudly. I would say I would be Adonis Haslam at Sacktown Sports. Actually, I think you'd be Adonis Haslam before me.
No, Jason's a Hall of Famer.
Oh.
Bringing the heat.
I don't know what the sounder is, but let me see.
Is me Hall of Famer or to your burn?
No, what Chris said.
Yeah.
I'm going to wear that one all day.
You're a Hall of Famer in my book, Dave.
Thanks, Chris. That's the whiteout you put on it.
But Chris doesn't have a book.
I'm fine with being a Hall of Gooder. I'm in the Hall of, you know what I'm in? I'm in the Hall of Fine. Yeah.
I'm one of the kids. Doing in the hall. He's just standing in the hallway.
Yeah, if there's a Sacktown Sports, you guys are like the Ty Cobb and Babe Ruth, like going in as the greatest of the great.
Wait, yeah, right. Who is the Ty Cobb? What about? Oh, here's a good one. Okay, Jason, you're Adonis Haslam, and I'm Rich Hill.
Okay. He's still going. Didn't he just try to go on with somebody?
Yeah. Who did he come up with?
He played last week with wasn't the Cubs.
I don't know. He's in the hall.
Yeah. He just pitched like a week ago.
Okay.
Shannon Sharpe's a Hall of Famer. Hey now.
The Royals.
The Royals. Yeah. Yeah. Shannon Sharpe was fired by ESPN last week, and here's some audio. Chris, do you have this, by the way? Sorry,
I do.
Okay, here's some audio for old Shans about the timing that he had an issue with more than the firing. I'll let him explain. Here's Shannon Sharpe.
To get started, obviously, I'm sure everybody's heard the news by now that I will not be returning to ESPN. I found out this information a little earlier in the week, and really the only thing that I really ask is like, guys, could we wait until Monday? My brother's going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I really wanted to be about him, and I wanted to be about my family. I know this coming out will overshadow everything that he's worked his entire life for. And unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. And so as I told him, as I profusely apologized to him earlier today, he said, bro, stop apologizing. You don't have to apologize. I'm your big bro. I'm going to love you regardless. We all make mistakes. And he says, bro, I love you. So I'm done with this. You're done with it too. Move on. And I really enjoyed my time at ESPN. It gave me an opportunity to bring my audience that saw me really just grow. They saw me, Lakers in 5, and they saw me say all these analogies that my grandparents gave me, and I was able to bring that to ESPN. So I'm very, very grateful for that. But I just wished, of all things, like I said, hey, they did what they felt they needed to do, and I'm at peace with that. But I just wish, guys, this thing could have waited until Monday, because I hate the fact that I'm overshadowing my brother, the first two brothers in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and this is what the headline's going to be for the next couple of days. So, bro, again, I know you told me I don't have to apologize, but I'm going to do it one final time tonight, and I won't apologize again. I'm sorry that I upstaged you in this manner. That was never my intent. You've been my hero. You've been my role model from as long as I can remember. And I apologize, and I thank all my fans for supporting me when I was at ESPN and every place that I've been, be it Club Shay Shay, Nightcap, Undisputed, ESPN. Thank you guys for your support.
I mean, look, I'm in no way, shape, or form trying to get into whether or not he should have been fired. Obviously, people have their own thoughts on that. It did make me wonder, though, like, could you have waited till it's a fair point?
Yeah.
I respect what he's saying. I mean, it seems incredibly genuine that, hey, and he's right. Like, first off, Sterling Sharpe's going to get his love. Don't get me wrong, and he should. But golly, you couldn't wait till Tuesday? I mean, just not have him do anything like you have, and just wait till Tuesday, wait till Wednesday. Just, I don't know.
I felt it was very convenient that it came almost immediately after the Gilbert Arenas news.
Hold on, what's the connection there? I'm sorry.
No, just like it's like, oh my, Gilbert Arenas got arrested. The FBI are looking into some strange gambling ring that he might have had a part in, and then like 2 minutes later, Shannon Sharpe fired from ESPN.
So, story,
yeah.
Oh, you think that maybe Sharpe had? I mean, I know you're not accusing him, but the possibility that maybe he had a part in that.
No. That ESPN didn't want a lot of people talking about it. They ended up talking about Shannon Sharpe.
Oh, so you're saying they thought the Arenas news would. Okay.
Yeah, focus on
story. Like, I have a feeling that news. That news is probably going to come out Friday, just like a news dump type of thing.
Yeah. Maybe. No, I mean, I understand the logic there.
Like, the idea would be like, okay, no one's really going to be talking about anything Friday. Let's just get this out of there.
Yeah. I don't know. I understand the whole, ESPN's got to do what ESPN has to do, but I also understand the energy that Shannon was bringing to that whole conversation. Oh. Oh. Well, speaking of, tell you something we're not going to wait to announce. We're going to announce it right now. We're going to talk about my good friends at American Energy Heating and Air. We're going to talk about second opinion partnering. And what does that really mean? Let me back up for a second, because I tell you this just about every day. Look, here's what I think is maybe it is definitely the second best part about what American Energy is trying to do here. When you need your furnace, or in this case, of course, your air conditioner worked on or fixed, or anything else you might have an HVAC company do we really know what it, like when I go and I get ground beef, I know what I think it should cost. When I get a bag of Doritos, I have an idea of what I'm gonna pay for my nacho cheese or Cool Ranch tortilla chips. I'm there. But when it comes to like, oh, my flux capacitor is not running 1.21 gigawatts in the air conditioner, and then somebody says, well, sir, this is what happened, and it's going to be blah, 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 blah. I don't know if that's right. I don't know if that's accurate. So why not call American Energy Heating and Air and have them come out for no cost and offer a second opinion on any pricing you may have already gotten from a different HVAC company. And not only will you have the confidence in knowing that, oh, okay, well, this is what it should be, but oh my goodness, it should have been lower, because look at what they've done. American Energy Heating and Air is coming. Woo, look at all this money I'm saving. I'm going to Denny's. Yeah. Plus, it's a company that's been around since 1981, A+ Better Business Bureau. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Or AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable when we return. Free from madness, Michael Phelps, the Ravens, and swimming. What? We'll tell you next.
The Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, Athletics, and Republic FC with the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit sacktownsports.com to join.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Locash, Vincent Mason, and Abriana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Sponsored by the California Army National Guard and Hop Valley Brewing. Tickets at CITPFest.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports 1140.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right, don't forget, coming up this hour, 7:28, Kelly Brothers, 8 o'clock.
Good business.
Sam Amick. We also say, by the way,
shamelessly pumping the poll here.
Thank you. Okay, this is a terrible segue now. Sources around the league are saying that the player that former Raider Christian Wilkins kissed on the forehead was perhaps defensive tackle Adam Butler. Adam Butler was asked yesterday about Christian Wilkins, and he said, quote, "If you've got something going on in life, talk to somebody. Don't make any hasty decisions. Get help." Look, I'm not going anywhere near speculating on what any of that means, because it could be nothing and it could be incredibly serious. But Jason, I can't help but think from the jump, and I'm far from the only one, I don't know if this is about a kiss on a forehead.
Yeah.
Did you ever see
more to it, huh?
Did you ever see the movie Bronx Tale?
I did not.
Oh, okay. Well, first off, shame on you. That's a hell of a movie. Chris, you?
Unfortunately, no.
Bronx Tale is a great movie. Anyways.
Great?
Like, for real great, not Happy Gilmore great. Hey, it's so... Well, let me put it this way. Do you know the actor Chaz Palminteri?
Of course.
Okay. So Chaz Palminteri was trying to make it in the world, and he was waiting tables and doing whatever. And so he wrote a script, and it was for a play, a one-man play that he starred in that was loosely based, and in many cases very accurately based, on him growing up in Hell's Kitchen in Bronx, New York. And it was called A Bronx Tale, and he would act it out. And then Robert De Niro, I think, came to it one day, and it was De Niro's first. He wanted to do something for his directorial debut. So they started talking, and De Niro agreed to play young Chaz Palminteri's dad in the movie, and Chaz ended up playing the the mafia boss that befriended young Chaz Palminteri in it, and Chaz's dad and the mafia boss didn't see eye to eye, and they were both father figures to him. And then young Chaz got a girlfriend. Remember, he's a teenager, had a girlfriend of color, which this was in, I believe, early 1960s New York. So there was the element of that and what his friends thought. Anyways, it's a really good movie. You should watch it. And the analogy I was going to make about it doesn't work anymore, because I was going to talk about Joe Pesci and how he said that a fight that he got into early in the movie was not actually about a parking space, which is what he had told little Chaz Palminteri. I don't think this is about a kiss on the forehead, or at least that's the seasoning on the ranch dressing,
Sure. Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
All right.
Question one, please.
Michael Phelps is going to teach the Baltimore Ravens how to swim. Is this the coolest example of cross-sport cooperation?
I love this. Now, Michael Phelps is a native Baltimorean and Baltimorean. He's from Baltimore.
Okay.
And he is a Ravens diehard. And I guess a couple of the Ravens put out a video. And somewhere in there, one of them said that like 1 in 3 Baltimore Ravens can't swim. And said, help us out. And addressed it to Michael Phelps. And he said, let's go. And I guess first off, it's a good thing to know how to swim. Full stop. You should know how to swim. Yeah, 100%. Secondly, and I'm speaking not as a radio host now, but as what some might say, actually a fitness guru. Swimming is wow. Jason, what was it? Did you choke on your water? Because that sure looked like a spit take from here.
Yeah. Almost got me.
Well, swimming is wonderful exercise, especially the low impact on the joints. Great cardio. Yeah. So I say good. I hope by the end of the season, every Baltimore Raven can swim.
They're going to need it against the Dolphins.
Or the
Sharks.
No. Tidal waves. The swimming pools. Are the Dolphins the only water-based? Is there another fish
in football?
The Green Bay trout. Nope.
Green Bay trout. So close.
Seahawks.
Ooh. Hey. That's about as close as we can get, right?
Raiders? Are they pirates?
Oh, maybe. Yeah. You got to swim to the ship. Vikings.
Yeah.
Right? They're on their Viking boat.
We got there.
They do the Vikings do all those river cruises. Really?
Because then I started thinking of their mascot as people on a Vikings cruise.
Yes. Leading karaoke.
People from Dave is checking on the chat. People from Baltimore, Maryland are called Baltimoreans. A less formal, sometimes considered derogatory term is Baltimorean. I wonder why that's considered derogatory.
Teach their own.
Baltimorean.
Tomato.
Right, exactly. Lettuce. Question 2. Right.
Question 2.
Tonight is the NFL Hall of Fame game, which you can listen to right here on Sacktown Sports. Scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you? And what are you looking for out of it?
I am honestly at a 9.
What?
Let me explain. I do this every year, and you should recognize it.
Somewhere 2 is a 10.
Oh, good point.
I'm at a 9, and that 9 will last approximately 5 to 10 minutes in. I'm at a 9 because I'm going to tune in, and I'm going to hear the music, and I'm going to see the announcers, and I'm going to hear the announcers, and I'm going to look at the graphics, and I'm going to be, it's going to be like, honestly, today's game, I'll tell you exactly what today's game like. I got a food analogy. You ready?
Okay.
You've been working all day. It's February, and it is cold and blustery outside, right? And you come home, and you're sniffing, and oh my God, what is that cooking? What is that smell? It smells amazing. And then you almost instantly recognize, oh my goodness, that is a pot of chili that has been on the stove cooking all day long. And you get yourself a ladle of chili, and you sit down in your warm house and your chair in front of the TV, and you take a bite, and it's so, like, Jason, it's so freaking good. Okay. But also, the wife put a little too many chipotles in there, and you realize by the end of the first bite, it's super spicy. So it tastes good. It feels good. It coats your ribs. It's comfort food after you've been out in the cold all day long, but also it comes with a price, and you can only enjoy it for about 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day, you're all bloated and gassy. That's kind of what tonight's game is going to be like for me.
So it's a 9.
It's a 9 that's going to trail off to about a 1.5, and I'm only going to watch 10 to 15 minutes. I'm not looking at the Lions and Chargers for my preseason entertainment. I'm not worried about the quarterback battles, but I'll watch Trey Lance doing a couple series just as a Niner fan, and I'll look at a couple of things, but it's mostly about the look and the atmosphere.
Yeah, I think there was a game. So I'm trying to remember I remember this now. It was the first year that Greg Papa left the Raiders and went to the 49ers. We had the Raiders on the station. I remember driving around. I was driving somewhere, and we had the Raider game on. And Brent Musburger, it was the Raiders and Packers. It was preseason, Dave. So it was preseason game number 1 from Lambeau. And Brent Musburger was making his Raiders radio debut. And his tees are open for the game, which Brent Musburger was so iconic for that on TV. But he did one of those, but it was the radio version. And I literally was sitting in my car. I had goosebumps. I'm like, oh my gosh, I am so ready for this game. And then the game started, and it was preseason. I went, kind of your 9-1 and out. Like, he sold me. I was all in. I'm like, I didn't care about this game, but now I am like, let's go. And then the game started. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's the preseason. And, there's position battles and all the other stuff that matters, but not for us as viewers per se or consumers of it. So not that excited, but it will be the open, welcome to the booth. Football is here. And then they start playing. It's like, yeah, okay. When's it really start?
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Better would it be if there was no preseason? And we just started like college football. Like, we just started. Let's go. Game 1. We have no idea how everybody's going to be. Let's go.
Okay, I would 100% be with you on that, but only on the condition that means that tonight's game was the opening game, and there were 21 games in the season.
Okay. 21. How about 18?
Well, I'm saying because, like, what? There's 17 right now. There's room in August for 4.
Yeah.
So you just have to add 4. 21 games in the regular season. Let's start it today.
Who says no?
Who says no? Brent Musburger.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. I was just
about this game. I think there's going to be a ton of Niner fans watching just for, like, what is Trey Lance type of thing. I think you're right on that, Dave.
Yeah, I think I don't know what the hell Trey Lance is. I mean, I know he's a quarterback and a human being and all that. I know what that is, but I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I still don't really know what is going on with is like, is Trey Lance, is he going to be on the Sam Darnold train of is he going to be a guy that is able to remember, guys, he was the number 3 pick of the draft.
I don't
know if you know that or not.
Hey, honestly, tonight I only watch it for one reason only. Lions by 1.5. I got a lot of money on this game.
All right. As we move on, I want to ask you guys something, and I just want to see. I don't have anything to give you other than an absolutely all caps attaboy. Without looking it up, how many, if any, of the participants in last year's Hall of Fame game can you name? Any idea who played?
Was Pittsburgh in it last year?
The Pittsburgh Steelers, they were not.
Oh.
Nope.
Jacksonville?
Nope.
The Raiders.
I remember this game so well, Dave. It featured the Texans
versus the Bears.
And the Bears, that's what it was.
21-17. The Bears beat the Texans.
Are you being serious?
Yes, you got there.
I said the Texans kind of with a hope, and then Chris is followed with the Bears with conviction.
I can honestly say that I thought 100% that you guys had looked it up and were doing a bit, but then when Chris started laughing, I knew for an absolute fact that you didn't. Yeah.
What a game, though. Let's talk about it.
Honestly, Jason, it really set the tone.
It did for the year,
for the rest of the season. Houston opened with a 13-play, 74-yard touchdown drive, and Davis Mills capped it with a 9-yard pass to Tegan Quitoriano for a 7-0 lead.
Who?
Tegan Quitoriano. Remember Kaimi Fairbairn's 33-yard field goal to make it 10-zip?
Former Bruin.
Tommy Sweeney's 23-yard touchdown receptions.
T-Swain.
All right.
What a game.
Question, whatever the hell this is. 3.
Question 3.
Reports say Jonathan Kuminga prefers to come to Sacramento.
Yeah.
Does this move the needle for you?
It's also the point where we need to come up with some sort of a Jonathan Kuminga update, like some dumb. I mean, maybe that's what it was. Some sort of
what he does.
He has good sources. Yeah, apparently, according to Mark Spears, who we do love, friend of the show, we know that Kuminga had a Zoom call or whatever. They went to ice cream, Scott Perry and BJ Armstrong. I think Doug Christie might have been there. And there's obviously interest from the Kings. There's interest from Jonathan Kuminga. Does he even have, by the way, does he have a nickname?
I haven't heard of one.
Is it JK?
Rowling?
Is it the
Harry Potter?
The Cuminator. Johnny K.
I haven't heard of any others.
Yeah, me neither. Not a single nickname for him.
No.
So apparently they all talked, and according to sources, I think the Kings have.
There was that I don't think we can say on the air.
What?
You don't remember that?
I have not heard that.
No clue what you're talking about, Chris, at all. It's totally not a bit that we're doing. Because how could we forget that nickname? Did we just get Chris?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Did Chris just get Sentel on his own show?
I did.
I'm
just super excited because I'm doing the Legends race tonight at the A's game.
Wow, dude.
These straps that you
too far. Just too far and too soon.
All we can see is his little legs.
So I think the report also said Kings have offered 4 years and $90 million in a sign and trade and have promised a starting spot. And
you have to earn it.
Yeah, if all that's true, I started thinking last night, Jason. I said, Self.
Yeah. I
was talking to basketball coach Bill Self.
Mm.
Self.
How you doing, Self?
Hey, Self. That's what I call him, Self. I was like, well, if he's starting, so you got Dennis Schroeder, DeMar DeRozan, you got Hims.
Yeah.
You got
Zach
Bean. Golf. You got Zach LaVine. You got Keegan
Murray.
And you got Domantas Sabonis. Oh, by the way, can I just say that we have 4 themes for the 5 starters? We need a shrew. We actually do. We have a Zach LaVine song. We have a DeMar DeRozan song. We have a Keegan Murray callback. We have a Domantas Sabonis song.
We need something for Shrewds.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, something not a lot of people talk about. If Kuminga were to start, if he became a king, start 6. Why not?
You know, honestly, I don't hate that idea.
No one else does it.
What if you were allowed? Hey, what do you think that? Here's a great summer question. Jason Ross, this is so stupid. You have the opportunity to start 6 people and play 6-on-5 the entire game. What is the over-under on the amount of points you would need to give the other team to start the game to even that out for it to be a tough decision? And for those listening, what I mean is Jason can play 6-on-5. Again, he's the coach of the Kings, and they're playing the Jazz, but the Jazz start out up 25-0 before the first quarter even starts.
Yeah, I wonder honestly how much of an advantage. Like, it obviously sounds like a big advantage, but do you have someone that's just constantly at the other end of the floor, like cherry picking? Do you want to get
Hey, we don't talk about 4-on-5 in this town, Jason.
No, 6-on-5.
6-on-5. Oh, never mind. That's okay.
Do you have someone like, I don't even know how you would play that strategically.
Yeah. I also kind of have always liked the idea of if you get a technical foul, instead of shooting free throws, you have to go to an NBA penalty box for like 1 minute of game time, and then it's 4-on-5. No, I'm just saying.
No, I'm just thinking about the penalty box, where it goes, where it is. Is it like
you have to go sit next to G-Man, which means you have to walk upstairs.
So you pretty much walk upstairs, get there, and then walk back. That's the walk of shame.
Oh, no, no, dude. You know what it is? Oh, I got it. Because you could also sell this. This is sponsorable. You have a glass cube that lowers from the scoreboard to center court, and then the player he enters it, and then it lifts up and it hovers under the scoreboard but over the court until the minute's up. And it's like brought to you by Emirates Airlines or something. And then you
cube.
You what?
They shake up the cube.
And then you lower it back down at the or you just drop him at the end of the minute onto the floor.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, you kind of said this. I don't know if you know this, but there was actually an announcement this week. I know you're in New York that Schroeder does have a song for him.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
That's the as everybody knows, that is the famous theme to the Frosty the Snowman cartoon that used to be on every Christmas.
Because he's cool as ice.
Yeah.
But isn't he Schroeder?
Schroeder. And he's Schroeder.
We've confirmed this.
Schroeder.
No, it's Dennis Schroeder, but Schroeder is from Peanuts.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Does he need his own? Because really it's just a theme. So if DeMar DeRozan is to the tune of Arms Wide Open, if Zach LaVine is the tune of the Flash Gordon theme, and then Keegan Murray, and then Domantas Sabonis to Seven Nation Army, is it enough, guys, just to have us all go, Shrew?
They're not booing. They're saying Schroeder.
Yeah.
I don't know. This one might have to be organic. Let the people do it. Let the people decide where it goes.
I don't like doing that.
We like to force the hand.
Coming up tomorrow, Mount Rushmore of best athletes that had the intro where it sounds like they're booing, but they're really going, ooh. Who was the Packer? Was it John Kuhn?
Mookie Blaylock.
Oh, definitely. I always thought it was pronounced Dookie Chase, and you corrected me. That's Dookie, so that doesn't count. Plus, not an athlete.
Right.
There's got to be. I guarantee you, there's we're complete. What do they do that for Mookie Betts?
I don't know. They're not there in time. They're late.
Wasn't there a player for the Lions named his last name was Toon?
Al
Toon.
Carr?
Up? Hold on. So
Carry
what?
Carry
I'm surprised Dave, that you didn't go with your favorite pick six player.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite pick six player.
Yeah, when we do pick six for the 49ers, the one who always is going to score a touchdown.
Oh, Juice.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on. What about, okay, so you said, we said up and Mount Toonmore. It's up. What was the one you said?
Car.
Al. What about Loonies?
Yes.
Okay.
Sandwich.
Tommy.
Yeah. A fish. Raccoon. No, that's raccoon. Tune. And carrier.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's enough of that. We'll take a break.
Yeah.
1-800-920-1140 if you have any other additions to Mount Toonmore or Mount Boomore. We'll take a break.
Moose Johnston.
Oh, Moose Johnson. Honestly, how do we forget that one? Moose Johnson for sure. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Moose. When we come back, let's get to it, huh? Shall we? Everybody's been clamoring for it, and why not? It's Sports Business with Kelly Brothers. Right, it's coming up all right after this.
The Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter, right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, UC Davis, and Sac State with the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit sacktownsports.com to join.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Your car steering wheel could be a ticking time bomb. At least 24 people have died and many more injured because their airbags fired shrapnel at them upon inflating. Tens of millions of cars have been recalled. If you suffered cuts that required stitches, hearing or vision loss, or broken bones, please contact us today. You could be owed money for medical bills and other damages.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit us at badairbags.com for an office near you. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
Joining us now on Sports Sense, certified financial planner Kelly Brothers. Kelly is an advisor with Cap Trust, one of the nation's largest registered investment advisors. Cap Trust counts among its clients numerous pro athletes and pro sports franchises, but most importantly serves many Northern Californians through comprehensive financial planning. Here's Kelly Brothers.
Kelly Brothers, long time no see. How are you, sir?
Carmichael Dave, are you joining us from parts east?
New York City, where they make paste, where they don't make paste picante sauce. I guess that's right. That's the whole point. It's part of the continuing tradition of Jason Ross and I not being in studio at the same time. I think Jason, is it what a month now?
I think so. It's been a long time since we've seen one another.
Yeah.
Well, it's well known the feud between the two of you, so I understand how that happened. Yeah,
historically known.
Yeah, which is why the way Chris has it laid out on the YouTube right now, Kelly, you should be in my spot because then you would be literally caught in the middle of the feud. There we go. Kelly caught in the middle. That well done, Chris. Very well.
Hey,
done.
hold off, guys. Hold off. Yeah.
I saw this clip. I'm so glad you're going to talk about this. Major League Baseball and a speedway. What could they possibly have in common?
Yeah, well, I think this is, I mean, Tennessee is an interesting state. It's a very fast-growing state. They have a lot of professional sports there now, whether it's hockey or NFL or the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, there's a lot, but there's no baseball, or no, I shouldn't say that. No, Major League Baseball. So they are doing a Major League Baseball game this weekend in Tennessee at the Bristol Motor Speedway. They've been planning this for 4 years now. Of course, baseball, in the dog days of summer, they're looking for a headline. They had Field of Dreams a few years ago. This has been in the works, but they want to tap into the NASCAR culture and see if they can let any of that rub off on baseball in this region, because it's a very important region. But they're expecting that they've sold 85,000 tickets for this game. It will be the highest attendance for any Major League Baseball game in history, 85,000. And I mean, they had to bring in the turf. They had to demolish some part of the stadium to make this all work. But it's going to happen, and it's going to be the Braves against the Reds as they look to, tap into a new fan base.
I'm glad you said they've already got those tickets sold. At least that's what they expect, Kelly. But I've liked when baseball has done this, the Field of Dreams game before and different venues that they've played at. But we've talked about this group before. Like, if the Savannah Bananas were there, wouldn't they be able to sell possibly even more than that?
Oh, they'd probably sell out a three-night weekend series or something. But I mean, baseball, they're trying. I was driving with my son cross country. He was going back to school and we happened to be driving through Iowa the morning after the Field of Dreams. And it was really fun to listen to local radio after that and what people thought about it and how it impacted Iowa, which is a great state as well. So, baseball's, you're right. If it was a Savannah Bananas are selling out 85,000 seat stadiums regularly now. So for baseball to do it for the first time is a little bit of there should be a little bit of a Bronx cheer for them on that one.
I've got an idea, and I just used artificial intelligence to see if it's possible. I have for baseball. I think they could borrow from college basketball. I think a baseball game on an aircraft carrier would be amazing for a couple of reasons. One, obviously splash hits would be awesome, but I think if you made first and third base, because an aircraft carrier is long but not like as wide as it is long, so you had the bases near the edges. So imagine a player like a pop fly in foul territory. How bad do you want to make that catch, sir? Because you might be, he catches the ball, then you got a 30-foot drop into the ocean.
30.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, a lot more than that.
How about this, Dave? Yankees, Dodgers on an aircraft carrier, and they play wiffle ball.
Yes.
How about that?
I am 100% here. You could have little boats if they go over, like catch them, but and the boats have sponsors on the side. You're selling the whole thing. I'm all for it. Like you both said, having these themed games. Baseball is nowhere near the NFL when it comes to popularity, but I'll keep saying it. I still think baseball is the most romantic sport, if that's even a thing. And I think these theme games like the Field of Dreams game, for example, I think that's really, really where it's at when it comes to helping to heighten the sport itself.
But and look at the timing of this, though, guys. I also have a feeling it's kind of like, okay, we're doing this on the last weekend before football fully takes hold of its population, and they don't care about baseball at all anymore. So there's a timing piece to this as well. And, they have to do something. Baseball does it. The numbers, the trend lines just aren't what they would like them to be relative to other sports.
Well, and one of those other sports you referenced, Kelly, is football. And Dave and I were talking about this a little bit the other day. But football is just different in all parts of the world, but certainly in the South. And the numbers and the size of stadiums and the projects that they can work on, like that high school football stadium in Georgia, that doesn't even sound real. That's a high school football stadium that they've put together out there.
You know what's amazing about it to me is that they're building this stadium. It's built $62 million for the stadium. I bet you there was no one complaining about, no, we need more math books. There was none of that. $62 million, seats 10,000, 1,500 premium seats, 15 suites. They have a huge video board at one end. This is a beautiful, beautiful football stadium located in Georgia. We've seen similar stadiums in Texas, Georgia, Florida, it does. Football hits a little different in the South. There's no doubt about it. But I was just looking for anyone who's criticizing this, and I can't find anything. So that would not be the case in California. Someone would say, "Oh, wait a minute, we need better lunches," whatever it is, but they would not be liking this whole football thing. Although, let's face it, there's as much, if not more, talent comes out of California as does out of these southern states. They just embrace Friday Night Lights in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I'm also not entirely sure you get 10,000 people to sell out a stadium to watch Billy take the math test. So, there's a conversation there. I was looking deeper into this. Jason, since we talked, what I found is it's actually called, this is Buford High School. It's actually called Dexter Wood Field at Philip Beard Stadium. So naturally I went, well, who the heck is Philip Beard and Dexter Wood? It turns out Philip Beard, or Phil as his friends call him, is the longtime Buford Board of Education chairman. And Dexter Wood is the former head coach. Now look, he won three state titles. And I just want to say this, $62 million. And you named it, it's like Florida State was always Doak Campbell Stadium. And then when Bobby Bowden left, it became Doak Campbell Stadium at Bobby Bowden Field. Same thing with the A's, they made it Ricky Henderson Field. Kelly, you're the money guy here, not me, but I got to think old Buford and Phil just cost them a hell of a lot of money in naming rights.
Yeah. Who was it? Buford T. Pusser? Wasn't that a character in
or Buford T. Justice? But Pusser, I know there's somebody else. That name sounds very familiar. Wasn't Buford T. Justice Smokey and the Bandit? Wasn't that Jackie?
I was going to say Smokey and the Bandit. Yeah.
No, I know you're onto something there.
No, I know. Yeah. Well, the whole naming rights thing, probably the worst case of that was San Diego, I think, where they honored Jack Murphy, a beloved sports writer in San Diego. Remember, they named it Jack Murphy Stadium, and then the wave of naming things came along, and we're going to take his name off the stadium and rename the stadium. And that did not go over well with some people. But I don't know what naming. I'm a little surprised that it's not Chick-fil-A Stadium, or it's not something else, a brand that's very big in the South. And there's an interesting story there too, guy. I mean, I've been trying to figure out. Chando's Tacos shut down here locally.
Oh,
really?
Yeah. And they've shut down their local restaurants, all of them. And I've interviewed Chando Madrigal before, and he's got a great story. And I don't know anything about why they've all shut down. I know they're looking at doing a different type of restaurant, but they did at one point have, I forget, 7 or 8 stadiums locally, and then they opened up 7 or 8 restaurants locally, and then they opened up in Buckhead outside of Atlanta. They opened up a place there, and it just makes me wonder, is it a case of overexpansion or kind of taking your eye off the ball locally to do something else in a whole different part of the country? That who knows? But Chando's sadly has shut down because, man, their food was great.
Yeah. They seem to have success after. I hope everything's okay. I mean, obviously it's not, but I hope everyone,
and Chondo, I mean, just a great California story of a kid who would tag along with his dad, who was working in the fields, in the agricultural fields of the Central Coast and he, since he spoke a little English, he would kind of negotiate the day rate for his dad and his crew of workers. And then he went to work for Apple, servicing Latin America, Central America, South America at the service desk, using his bilingual skills again. And then he left Apple with enough money to go out and start his own restaurant, and was doing great. So I hope we see him again. I hope we see Chondo rise from this and put something together.
Hey, Kelly, by the way, Sheriff Buford Pusser, Joe Don Baker is who played him in the movie Walking Tall in 1973.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, hold on before we go, because I got this all teed up, because I have no idea how I knew this name. I have no idea how you do this name, because he was born in Finger, Tennessee. We're already off to a great start. And he was the sheriff of McNairy County from 1964 to 70, and is known for his virtual one-man war on moonshining, prostitution, and gambling across the Mississippi-Tennessee line. He was also a wrestler known as Buford the Bull in the Mid-South. Now, that's enough. What an interesting story. What an interesting life. Nope. Wait a second here.
There's more.
He was the subject of 3 biographical books, including a 1973 movie, Walking Tall. A remake in 2004 starred Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. After the success of that film, Walking Tall: The Payback was released in 2007 directly to video. And the main character was portrayed by former Hercules Kevin Sorbo. Finally, again, that's enough, right? But wait, there's more. The late Jimmy Buffett. I did not have Jimmy Buffett factoring into this at all. Refers to an altercation between Pusser and himself in the songs "Presents to Send You" and "Semi-True Stories." According to Buffett, Pusser and he were staying in the same Nashville motel when Buffett decided to go out for some food and bring back to the motel. He'd been drinking, couldn't find his rental car, decided to climb up on a Cadillac for a better view, and that Cadillac turned out to belong to Pusser, who was not at all pleased to find a stranger atop his car. There's also a line in the Buffett song "Close Calls" on the album "Equal Strain on All Parts" that references that altercation with the one and the only Buford Pusser. Gentlemen, we've learned a lot today.
Yes, we have.
We have. How do you not name Buford's football stadium after Buford Pusser, and all that? Really?
At this point, I'd much rather it be that than be, stay fresh, chewing gum stadium.
Chick-fil-A. Yeah.
Chick-fil-A. Yeah, that's all it would be. Coca-Cola. Kelly, we appreciate you as always. You're always phenomenal at business and phenomenal with your time. Thanks for showing up.
Good to see you guys. Have a great weekend. Over and out.
Take care. Over and out. That's Kelly Brothers. Buford Pusser. It just kept getting weirder.
Yeah.
Moonshining into Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. What does moonshine, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Kevin Sorbo, and Jimmy Buffett all have in common, right? Like, all right, we'll take a break. Hey, when we come back, bing, ESPN posted their in the middle of free agency power rankings yesterday. Whatever, we'll tell you where the Kings are. Not much of a surprise, but also an interesting comment from Anthony Slater, now of ESPN, on this whole thing. Speaking of athletic or former athletic writer Sam Amick at the top of the hour. We'll get to all that right after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, endless opportunities, and no fees ever for job seekers. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Big year. I'm starting middle school.
Welcome to the jungle, Missy.
Best part? My parents promised me a new laptop.
Perfect for homework, essays, and drudgery.
So we went to Staples. They had all the latest tech, and laptops were up to 40% off.
Woo! Another back-to-school budget saved by Staples Easy Button.
Mom high-fived the cashier. So embarrassing.
Staples.
That was easy.
In-store, online, and on the app. In 23 select models only.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A+ Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal. You should feel better about that. Or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Locash, Vincent Mason, and Adriana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Sponsored by the California Army National Guard and Hop Valley Brewing. Tickets at CITPFest.com.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
All right, welcome back. 14 minutes from now, Sam Amick. Been a while since we talked to him.
I know I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here.
I mean, you know, I guess he's got to have vacation too.
Went better than his last Hawaii trip.
Oh, yeah. Wait, what happened to his last Hawaii trip?
Or the famous Hawaii trip.
Yeah. Helicopter needed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. I'm sure he'll have fun. I'm sure he had fun. Excuse me. We'll ask him about Jonathan Kuminga and other things as well, leading into, training camp in a couple of months. What, about a month and a half, Jason? I think is it October 1st usually, right around there?
Yeah, media day is always the last Monday of September. So camp's probably the day after that.
From the 916, Dave, I think he's trying to say, Dave, I see Sam Amick on the Rich Eisen show all the time, and his connection's never bad. Well, that's Rich Eisen. I don't blame him for that.
Yeah.
That's big time national stuff, dude.
Or Eisen.
Not us. I mean, no offense to us. ESPN has the Sacramento Kings ranked 22nd in the league with factoring in free agency. And the notes from Anthony Slater caught my eye. I was telling Jason before the show, when I first saw the headline, NBA teams free agency rankings, I just honestly thought they were ranking teams by how they did in free agency and figured, okay, well, we got Dennis Schroeder. It's going to be whatever. I skipped it. And then I clicked on it today. It turns out now they're just updating it. And they said, and this is all, this first part, of course, is true. They owe Zach LaVine, Domantas Sabonis, and DeMar DeRozan a combined $115.6 million this upcoming season. And that's 3 difficult-to-trade contracts with defensive problems, offensive fit issues, and a proven play-in ceiling. Nate Clifford and Maxime Reynaud look like promising draft picks. Keegan Murray and Keon Ellis are nice young players. The Kings have a pretty full draft pick cupboard, including a 2031 Minnesota unprotected first. Now, this is where I thought it was interesting. According to Anthony Slater, ESPN, he says, in a difficult conference, the Kings profile as a perfect step back and rebuild situation. But ownership and management have never shown the necessary patience to execute that properly. It's interesting that from a national standpoint, they are advocating the step back and rebuild. And as a longtime noted vocal proponent of that, the original tank commander, if you will.
Yeah.
I would just say this. I'll stand in front of the Kings a little bit in the sense that I don't know that Anthony Slater's wrong. I agree with him on the patience part, and that's certainly been historically correct. But I'm also, Jason, not entirely sure, even if the mandate from above and everyone was in agreement that they did want to go with a full rebuild, I don't know how much they could have done differently so far, because in order to do that, you have to move on from one or preferably all of Levine, DeRozan, Sabonis. Now, we know for a fact there have been conversations about DeRozan and the Kings around the league, and it just doesn't appear that there's a market for him. The Kings would absolutely, I'm pretty sure at this point they would trade Zach LaVine's contract, as talented as he is, for a bag of Cheetos, the original, not the puffy kind. Let's be honest. Yeah, I know. Domantas Sabonis is I don't know when Domantas Sabonis became, this over bloated contract, whatever, but I think that's a different story. I don't know that even if they were like, okay, rebuild, I don't know that they could have done much differently so far, Jason.
Yeah, I think, the first step would have been in the Fox trade, I think, but that's already come and gone. But I think if that was a directive back then I think this summer would have been different. And I know what you're saying. It might have been a challenge to move those guys, but maybe you take quote unquote lesser deals just to go along with the whatever the directive would be on building for the future. Let's look at, for example, I don't think the Jazz got that much for John Collins, but we know where they're just trying to clean things out, get draft assets, get picks, and change their team. So Collins, to me, should have fetched more, but they went for it. There's like, we're just doing this. We move Sexton, we move Collins, or Clarkson's gone. So they have their plan. Again, we'll see if this works for them. But I think in the Kings case, I don't think that's what they want to do, and that's okay. I just think they're in that really weird position of they're not terrible, they're not great. So how do they move one way or the other? And that's what we have to wait and see, is what they've done in the offseason. Which way does it push them, or does it keep them kind of right in this same general area they've been for the last couple of years?
I agree with you, and I'm glad you brought up John Collins, because that's kind of a sneaky under the radar move this summer that really kind of perplexed me, because again, the Kings had a point guard need, which was incredibly sad in itself, and we've gone over that a bunch of times. But they, as much if not more, have a power forward need. And the Jazz, in exchange for John Collins, got Kevin Love, who didn't he just retire, or he's about to retire? Did he retire? He either retire or is on the verge. Slow-mo Kyle Anderson, and a 2027 second round pick. So you're trying to tell me that the Jazz wouldn't have listened to DeMar DeRozan in a second? DeMar DeRozan's got this year left on his deal, and next year is a partial guarantee. We couldn't have done that. We couldn't have done something similar to that for a guy in John Collins that I understand doesn't necessarily tie everybody's shoes, but it wasn't even me. But when you look at what Collins is, especially compared to what the Kings have at power forward, which not only are you getting, let's be honest, not only are you getting a power forward, but as Scott Perry said when he came on the show, that means you get to move Keegan Murray to what we believe is his natural position, which is the 3.
Right.
In John Collins, you're getting a guy who's 27. He's not as, I think a lot of people think he's a lot older. He's 27 years old. And just last year, 19 points, a little over 8 boards, couple assists, a block, a steal on 52, almost 53, 40, and 85% shooting. Now, let's just start with this, Jason. If I told you that you could get a 2 or a 3, and their splits were 53, 40, and 85, and they had 19 points a game, you'd be over the moon. This is a guy who's 6'9". He's a 4. He's going to pull you down 8 boards a game, especially to go with Sabonis and his manning of the boards. Mm-hmm. That's not worth a guy you're trying to maybe move anyways in DeRozan. That's not worth that in a second.
It might be worth it. It's just is that what Utah wants to do?
I just look at them getting. I mean, Kevin Love. I love Kevin. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Kevin Love's career, but Kevin Love is zero value at all, other than the money going away. But DeRozan, I picked DeRozan because his money's going away too. And then I can't imagine a world in which Kyle Anderson is more valuable than DeMar DeRozan. No disrespect.
Right.
I don't know. I would love to be a fly on the wall and know if that was ever offered.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we'll take a break. Maybe we can ask Sam Amick.
Yeah, let's do it.
Athletic. He is fresh back from vacation. Hey, we'll sit back. We'll relax, and we'll get in the big high chair. And we'll talk to our good friend Sam. We'll do all that right after this.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead.
Get your Kings fix all season long right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com. If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Save $12,000 off MSRP. Every new 2025 Silverado 1500 5.3 liter at Maida's Elk Grove Chevy after all rebates. And Maida Chevy has one of the largest selections in the Sacramento area. Plus $12,000 off new Silverado exclusively at the Maida Chevy Silverado Supercenter. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Excludes work truck. Must trade in 2011 Chevy car or truck. Not available with special financing, leasing, some other offers.
Made a great deal at Maida. KHTK HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Christopher Ladd, Sam Amick.
Not just yet.
Do you think he remembers?
I had communicated with him yesterday because he had been gone for the last 2 weeks. And I think the week prior, I think you were gone too. And I had him on at 9 because they were in Vegas. It was right before Summer League. But I did clearly say 8 o'clock. So we'll see.
Interesting.
We were slightly early, so.
Oh, we were?
Slightly.
Oh, here he comes.
Hey, here he comes.
Hey. Probably good to talk to him. Yeah. He deserves a little bit of a
bell, a tune-up.
A bell?
Why am I sideways?
Whoa. Now you're upside down.
There we go.
Whoa, Sam? How'd you do that?
I don't know. That was wizardry. What's up, gentlemen?
Great comment, Sam.
I'm good. Put the old AirPods in.
You got some sun. Uh-oh. What's
his
just
AirPods
happened?
are connected
What's
to his
just
AirPods.
happened? But why am I hearing myself in an echo? And okay, I can hear you now. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, man.
Doesn't happen on the Rich Eisen show.
But hold on. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. That's the important part. What about Sam?
Here's Sam.
You heard it. It's the AirPods.
This is only cool because the guy texted and was like, I see Sam on the Rich Eisen show all the time, and he never has connection issues like 5 minutes ago. Now we can't hear Sam.
At all.
Still can't. But what's more entertaining for our YouTube, see what's going on right now, YouTube viewers, is watch Sam is getting progressively. The smile he has right now is 100% not a smile, dude. Or does he think we're doing a bit? Because I promise you we're not.
We're not.
We can't hear him. Nope, can't hear you. He needs to unmute his computer or hit the little Bluetooth.
You know what? I think that is it. Here, let me see if I can help him.
All right, let's see if you can.
Oh no, yeah, I can't unmute him for some reason.
You can't unmute Sam.
Sam has muted himself somehow.
Sam is now looking at his phone. There's a little Bluetooth signal thing.
If you can see on StreamYard, it looks like there's a mute. Oh, there we go.
Yes.
Hey!
Where's the cowbell?
Morning, guys. Sorry about that.
Morning.
What would have been a really good bit, Sam, is that the first thing you should have said is you should have been like, and so that's why the Jonathan Kuminga thing's going to be the way it is.
Finalized.
I decided only to tell you guys that, but only one time.
Well, that used up all of our how was your vacation time, Sam. Sorry, we'll get to that next week.
Fair enough.
So specifically, because we know you are connected with the ear to the ground, and do be specific. Who are the Kings going to acquire, and what will be the terms?
Not Giannis. I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Kuminga thing is lingering, forcing us to work deep into the dog days of summer. So, I think that one's interesting. Obviously, ESPN had a piece yesterday with a good update on it, and the fact that the Warriors, I mean, the part that Kings fans often forget is that the Warriors are obviously in control here. And even if the Kings are willing to go to a number that Jonathan is happy with, and it does seem like the role that he could have with them is a whole lot more enticing than his kind of Warriors frustrating existence. There's still no sign that the Warriors are all that interested in what the Kings would give back. So a bit of a staring contest, and one that, could still result in him going back to Golden State heading into the season.
Sam, on that front, I mean, it's reported that the Kings and maybe I think the Suns are the other team that might be interested if there are not others. But do you get a sense of the Kings, not seriousness in this, but I mean, obviously, I think they're playing it smartly in a way that, look, the Warriors and them haven't agreed yet, so the Kings can kind of have all these other promises out there. Do you think the Kings would be willing to budge more if that's what's keeping the Warriors from doing anything? Do you think Sacramento is as how serious do you think they are, I guess I should say, in their pursuit of Kuminga?
I mean, I think they're serious within the context of their measured rebuilding plan. You know what I mean? And rebuilding is probably too loose of a term. As you guys know, they're trying to still compete, and they're not tearing this thing down by any means. But they, and this could change, but they have not seen him as a guy who, as far as the salary slot, they wanted him as a promising starter on their team, but a guy who, is going to make, probably not north of 20 million. And it could get above that, but, he's a guy that has seen himself. I mean, this is where the agent side is tricky, because everybody knows that he's had it kind of said to him for a long time now that he's a $30 million a year player, potentially. And I know that sounds crazy. In today's NBA, when you've got guys making 60 and damn near 70 at this point, the numbers are wacky, but, so they're serious in that neighborhood, and they're serious without giving up somebody like Keegan Murray or things of that nature. But it has its limits.
Got a break in here. Sorry, Sam. We'll go right back to this. That as rumored, thank you, Chris, for this. The San Diego Padres are acquiring Mason Miller and J.P. Sears from the A's. That's according to Jeff Passan, who is obviously going to know what's up. We do not know what the A's are getting in return, but that was a trade that's been rumored. That broke just now as we are at the baseball trade deadline. I don't want to get lost in that here.
Dave, can I add on super fast? Because I never get to chime in on baseball. I was at the A's game last night with neighbor John, and it was actually fun to see the baseball trade deadline in real time action, because I'm not an A's fan, but I've seen Mason pitch, and I was fired up to see him in the ninth and watch him throw 103 and 104 or whatever he gets up to. And we were sitting there going, wait a minute, why are the A's not using their closer? What's going on here?
Yeah,
safe situation.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, Dave, it is the A's are receiving shortstop Leodalis DeVries, I think is how you say it, the number 3 overall prospect in baseball, along with 3 pitchers from San Diego.
That's great. That was a rumored name. I don't know anything about him other than he's number 3. You can get the number 3 prospect in baseball and another 3 pitchers. You're doing well. I mean, unfortunately, I know A's fans would rather hold on to their players. I get it. It sucks. But if you can get the number freaking 3 prospect in baseball, hey, freaking now. All right, more on that later. We're talking basketball with Sam. So your former colleague, Anthony Slater, mentioned that he thinks the Kings are in prime position to do a step-back rebuild, but there's just no patience for that with with management, with ownership. And Jason and I were talking about this before the show, Sam. What is kind of strange about the Kings is I don't know if they were trying to rebuild, those contracts are difficult to move. Sabonis, DeRozan, and especially Levine, they're kind of at a fork in the road because they haven't really done anything since Scott Perry took over, Sam, to say that they're not going to rebuild. They haven't took on long-term money. They haven't done anything like that, but they also haven't done anything to show that they are rebuilding. I feel like they could still go either way, but would you agree? Because that's what I think, that I actually think that's right. Vivek has never shown any sort of a patience for a full rebuild with this team.
Well, no, and I mean, you're pot committed. I mean, I don't know what you're pot committed to, not trying to be funny, but like you already went down this track with the Fox trade and the way you handled it. Yeah. Scott Perry obviously had nothing to do with that. And I mean, yeah, that's how Vivek has kind of pushed this thing. And now you are in a tricky spot where the unpacking of this roster, because of, DeRozan's got some market value, but he's obviously on the late stage age wise. Zach, they have not found much out there for him. And so in lieu of that, you kind of roll it out with what you have, and you have to remain patient. And that's what Scott's going to have to do. And honestly, he deserves patience from the fans because he didn't make this mess. And that's where they're trying to thread this needle. And I do think if they could land the bird with Kuminga, that's the kind of thing that gets you down a pretty good road. Then you got a good young player, because if you look at the entire group right now, and actually John and I were having this conversation yesterday, it's just like there's still an element of excitement around Keegan, but it's not, I think you guys would agree, what it was 2 years ago when it was like, is he franchise centerpiece material? He's a nice player, and they got to figure out his extension situation. But there's just not a lot that you look at right now and say, okay, these 3-4 guys have got to be part of the future. It's just a reality. Even if you like watching Zach play ball and DeMar play ball and even Sabonis to an extent, those guys are not, as far as the long term. I mean, even Domas, he's still a pretty young guy, but you've got a lot of history with him at this point. It is a tough roster to unpack, and it's going to take him a while.
Sam, in kind of tying that thought back into Kuminga in their, pursuit of him, he does feel like a thread the needle type of, like, that's not taking you in a direction of going backwards. It's keeping you kind of in that
right
range that they've been in, 6 to 12, I don't know, in the West. But what do you think he would be on the pecking order of the roster, assuming they added him? And I'm assuming it would not be for Domas or Levine or something like that. So where would he kind of be viewed as for this organization the next 3 to 4 years, as like the piece, a piece? How do you think they would view Kuminga?
Well, it would be a hybrid of like maybe the piece or one of the top 2 pieces, but he also has to prove that he can be that guy. We know he can score, but the game is not, especially the way the game is trended. Like, they need to be a team that guards because every team needs to guard these days. Defense actually matters again. We know with the Warriors coaching staff how he has driven them crazy when it comes to all the little things, beyond scoring, and he needs to improve on that front. But if he can be a guy who actually gives you 20 plus a night, and at the age he's at, and that again, like to your point, Jay, that's something that you can feel like you're starting to build something. So it's nothing personal, obviously, but as far as like the question of pecking order, I don't see Zach or DeMar as part of this team's future. It's just a matter of time before they get moved on, or if they end up hanging around for a couple of years, we'll see in Zach's case. But Domas, we've talked about this, like he has continued to kind of just realize that he can't wave his hand and go to the team of his choice. It's not going to happen that way in today's NBA. And so, he's still a very good player that is going to be a major priority, and we'll see how Dennis Schroeder plays. He's been inconsistent the past couple of years, but that's a long answer to your simple question. Jonathan, if they were able to get him, would be a major priority.
Sam Amick joining us. you said earlier, and I agree with you wholeheartedly on DeRozan and Levine. You said the Kings weren't finding much with Levine. And I think I'm just nitpicking your words here, but I'm just curious. Are they finding anything? I mean, Levine appears to me as, at least right now, a literally like untradeable contract. Like if they went around the league and said, we will take literally anything in return other than more salary long-term, but we will take whatever you want to give back to get rid of Zach LaVine. No disrespect to him. It's just his contract. Am I right in thinking there's just no takers? There's no room. There's no money for Zach LaVine.
Yeah, no, and I don't know all the talks, obviously, but I would presume that you're having to attach assets to get off that deal, and they're not looking to do that. So, that, especially when you are trying to compete, and even though you don't see him as part of the future, you still know he can give you 30 plus on any given night. So in terms of competing, they care about what they would potentially get back. But yeah, I mean, the contract is I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. It's not going anywhere.
Have you heard, Sam, any more lately on Westbrook and the Kings?
No, admittedly, this is one of those, we run into these weeks every once in a while where I wish I'd chatted with you guys, 8 hours from now. I have a few conversations lined up that could help on that front. But I have been when I was on vacation, I was a little surprised by the Westbrook chatter that I had noticed, just because my understanding now, and things change, is, and Dave, you I know have been real close to the story, is that there was a concern about flooding the backcourt. And when I went on vacation, the interest level was seemingly pretty low. And then, it seemed like, Dave, you especially kind of felt like this was maybe more on their radar and something they wanted to do, but I don't have clarity at the moment.
Yeah, from what I understand, and what really triggered it was I didn't really have a place to put it, but strangely enough, out of Westbrook's camp, I know his people close to him have been talking about Sacramento and asking around about the market and about the team and about the things that sometimes are a precursor to something. There's definitely curiosity there, and there has been interest. That's a player that Scott Perry helped draft, has a relationship with, and kind of fits the parameters. I don't think it's a matter of necessarily mutual interest. I think, to your point, Sam, it probably would have already been done. They still have that full MLE left. I think that MLE is sitting there waiting for Russ or plan B. I think there's still something else coming regardless of what it is, but it's flooding the backcourt. This is a guess, and I'm just guessing, but I think maybe a big part of, if not the entire holdup, is they thought maybe they were going to be able to move a Monk or a Carter or somebody, and they have not been able to move anybody. So now you bring in Westbrook. Yeah, you've got two true blue point guards, but that teeter-totter without a power forward, a true power forward, is now really shifted. So I don't know if the Kuminga stuff might end up breaking the dam. I think, honestly, if the Kuminga thing were to go, especially if somebody in the backcourt was going in that process, that might speed the thing up, but it just seems there's a little bit of a logjam right now, but there is interest.
Yeah. And I mean, that's a fascinating one. Just in terms of, like Russ's past couple of years, man, like there's been some good moments, right? Like he had some really good moments last year with Denver. But then there were some bad moments. I mean, that's the Russ experience, but it's like Lakers, Clippers, Nuggets. It would concern me if I was the Kings that all three of them, even if when given the chance to bring them back, on minimums, have declined. You know what I mean? And that's the one where who knows what the sweet spot is in terms of his style of veteran leadership. And I mean, listen, there's a bunch of vets on this team already. Does Russ, click with this group, or there were some really crunchy moments with Denver, and he is just such an intense dude who I get it, but I don't agree with it. He continues to kind of carry himself, like he's still at that MVP level at times. That's kind of the word you get. and it's it's not that graceful kind of Vince Carter transition into the role player life that a guy like Vince had back in the day. It's a lot, and it's something I think the Kings certainly need to consider when it comes to their culture and their locker room.
Sam, I think the Kings aren't the only team, but other teams have maybe wanted to move some guys or make some trades. And there were some trades, obviously Game 7, the famous trade of Kevin Durant. There were a few trades right around that. But then since free agency started, whether it's teams being tight on money or concerned with the second apron and so on and so forth. So I think there's a lot of people saying, well, expect more trades maybe during the season coming closer to the trade deadline. I don't know. Will it be any different then? I mean, there's still some of the same concerns are out there. I guess the only difference would be teams would be in the season and have different goals of where they could ultimately land. Do you expect it to be easier to move some of these contracts for the Kings or others come trade deadline time?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's always a little, well, I don't know. I mean, it's funny. The cycle is, it's like a lot of times you start the talks at the deadline, and the chaos of the season makes it, trickier to pull it off then, and then it's supposed to be easier in the summer when you have that time. So, I mean, I guess that compound effect could continue when it comes to certain conversations that they've had. And, but when it comes to those guys, again, we never know the whole landscape, but we don't even have, leaders in the clubhouse, so to speak, with a Levine, with a DeRozan. I mean, DeMar at times a little bit with Miami, but they've done a bunch of stuff since then. You know what I mean? Like, there's not that narrative that we've been tracking, like, oh, Zach was pretty close to going to Team X, and it's just a matter of them getting it over the finish line. It's what we hit on earlier, which is, I don't know if the day comes when they are willing to attach assets to finally shake up their roster with these players that are taking up a massive part of their payroll. But for now, they just got to make do with what they have.
I don't want to go down the hole again, but Jesus, it's just so funny that we're sitting here, whether it's, Bagley, Doncic, whether it's Halliburton in the finals, and now we're not even a year. I mean, we're barely 6 months into the De'Aaron Fox trade. And we're talking about the Kings having probably a top 5 most immovable contract and not much else as a result of the De'Aaron Fox trade. At some point, Sam, they got to make like a 30 for 30 or something on the absolutely Shakespearean level of aggressive, like Wile E. Coyote cut out in the side of the mountain, smash grab failures. I mean, we're sitting here talking about the fact that they have this massive immovable contract, and the highest paid player on the team, no disrespect to his game, is somebody that they got back for their biggest rebuild piece. It's ridiculous.
It is. I mean, listen, and we haven't visited for a while because I went on vacation, but I'm not going to lie. This is another one of those visits where it's like the mood, I feel bad for the fans. And I, Dave, you and I joke off the air about how, like, we're not trying to be negative Nancy all the time. Last night when I went to that A's game, we had walked from downtown. So I walked by Golden One and I honestly, it was kind of reflecting on the Kings situation. And it was like, there was actually unfortunately, a couple of businesses that had shuttered since I had been there last. Right. Yeah. And we know what the team means to the community. And then I see these business, and I don't know if there's a direct through line, but when you see that, you're thinking, all right, well, playoff basketball is good for everybody. And when they got in the playoffs, the place was popping and Doko was making money. And as a person who's lived here a long time, it was like, man, like I said to John, I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I think they're probably 5 years away from being good again if they do this thing right, maybe a little less. And that's where, put yourself in Scott Perry's shoes, where he's got all this familiarity with the group from when he worked here before, but his fingerprints are not on, almost any of these moves, until this summer, of course. And you got to be, happy to get the job, but then also looking at the moves that you alluded to, Dave, going, damn, like, why did you guys do that Fox trade? Why did you set it up in this kind of way? And you probably want to look at the owner and ask him too, but that's a little bit too on the nose because he just hired you. But yeah, it's they're in another challenging spot, unfortunately.
That's
depressing.
Oh, sorry, Jason, go ahead.
I said, well, that's depressing.
Well,
Sam, how was your vacation?
on that note,
mostly good.
I did notice earlier you said you went to the A's game with neighbor John. Was that just
he drove? I mean, so I had to take the drunk part off. Yeah.
Okay, so he was neighbor John. Okay, very good.
Yes.
Sam Amick of the Athletic joining us fresh back from a beautiful vacation, it looked like, on Facebook with the family. Good to have you back, Sam. We appreciate you each and every week, and we will talk to you soon.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, take care. That's Sam. And yeah, well, look, we do often talk off the air. It's like, God, we have these interviews, and a lot of times it just ends up, and a lot of it's me. Like, I'll just get hit with something. And I think it was just the whole no market for Levine thing. It's like, that's what we got. We didn't get magic beans. We had magic, I don't know, the thing that's not good that aren't beans. I can't think of something, but here we go. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll shower all that off of us. We'll recoup in the baseball deadline. We were going to talk about it anyways, but the breaking news, the Eagle Scout Mason Miller is headed south to San Diego. We'll talk about what that means for the A's. We'll do it next.
20, 15, 10-5, diving. Is he in? He is.
The NFL is on Westwood One.
Down the middle. It's caught over the shoulder in the end zone. Touchdown, Smith. And that may make it insurmountable. Wow.
The NFL Hall of Fame game live from Canton, Ohio. Chargers and Lions. Tonight starting at 5 right here on Sacktown Sports.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal. You should feel better about that. Or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
The Giant Summer Sale is here. Get giant savings on our giant selection only at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save during the Honda Summer Event and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. See all our specials at FolsomLakeHonda.com. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Locash, Vincent Mason, and Abriana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Sponsored by the California Army National Guard and Hop Valley Brewing. Tickets at CITPFest.com.
Summer's flying by, and that back-to-school checklist, it's growing fast. New backpack? Check. School supplies? Check. Dentist appointment? Let's fix that. Kids Care Dental and Orthodontics is making it easy to cross dental checkups off your summer list fast, with priority scheduling for new patients and kid-friendly care that makes them smile. It's one less thing to worry about before fall. Call now or book online at kidscaredental.com. That's kidscaredental.com, because healthy smiles should be the easiest thing to check off your summer list. Mark your calendars for a stacked lineup of live shows. It all starts August 23rd with Gypsy Kings at Hard Rock Live Sacramento and Super Soul Fest featuring Jeffrey Osborne at Thunder Valley. Then get ready to laugh with Weird Al Yankovic at the Lake Tahoe Amphitheater at Caesars Republic on August 24th and comedian Taylor Tomlinson at Thunder Valley on August 29th. Flashback to the ultimate throwback but lost 80s rewind at Thunder Valley on August 31st. And Fight Night fans, don't miss Thunder Showdown Boxing on September 6th, also at Thunder Valley. Country star Darius Rucker takes the stage at the Lake Tahoe Amphitheater at Caesars Republic on September 13th, followed by comedian legend Eddie Griffin on September 19th, and Classic Rockers 38 Special on September 21st, both at Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Then it's Keith Sweat at Hard Rock Live Sacramento October 5th. And country fans, see David Nail live at Goldfield Roseville October 9th. Get your tickets now and find more info at sacktownsports.com.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kent Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kent Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sacktown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Well, I'm back. Thanks to Sam Amick. Alan Stiles in the next segment. We'll talk to him about his new sizzle reel. Or next hour, sorry. Hour. Although the show is kind of flying by.
It is.
And Mason Miller will be flying by the airport here soon, as he goes to San Diego. Look, I said it at length yesterday, and we had a feeling this was coming. And I continually try to preface what I'm going to say with, I don't want it to sound like dismissing A's fans' pain, which I cannot imagine. Constantly having to watch players that you get connected to go by the wayside. But here's the bottom line. The A's are not going to make the postseason this year. The A's have a very good young core, as we talked about yesterday when we said we'd probably take their roster over the Giants roster, and the Giants are many games better than them. But just they're young. They've got some real exciting talent. And look, nobody knows how a prospect is going to turn out, but when, amongst other things, Jason, you can grab the third best prospect in baseball, and don't forget JP Sears is part of the deal too.
Yeah.
He's a friend of the show,
right?
You're also getting Robert Suarez you would imagine he's a closer to replace him, and setup man Jason Adam, who is actually no one to take a stick at. Jason Adam has a 1.89 ERA this year. He's 33, but a 1.89 ERA this year as a setup guy. He's just been absolutely lights out for them. 56 strikeouts in 52 innings. So dude is he's not just a throw-in. He's going to be able to help that bullpen. But they got the number 3 prospect, the number 13, the number 17. Like, dude, this is a haul for Mason Miller.
Yeah, I just want to make sure on that part. I know what you're seeing. Those guys are still, Suarez and Adam are still with they're just adding Miller to that bullpen.
I'm sorry. What am I looking at here? Am I looking at something stupid here?
No. DeVries is the big one, and there are also multiple other pitchers coming. I think they're minor league pitchers coming, not those guys.
Oh, you know what? Hey, Jason, you know what the sentence I read says? It says, an all-star for the A's, Miller joins a San Diego bullpen that already boasts a pair of all-star right-handers, closer Robert Suarez and top setup man Jason Adam. I read that as that's what they were getting. So I get the I'm stupid award for the day. Apologies.
I just didn't want that to get out there. Yeah.
What
Exactly.
an idiot. Oh, what a loser.
So forget all that. Those guys are trash. They're getting the number 3 prospect in baseball. 3 of the top 17 prospects in the Padres farm system is pretty awesome.
Yeah, and the prize is the number 3 is DeVries, I guess is how you say it. And he's 18, so you got to wait a little bit, but this is the tough part. And yeah, I'm glad you mentioned Sears too. He actually is having a decent year. He's been one of their better pitchers. I know starting pitching hasn't been their strength, but I think he's number 2 in wins for them and strikeouts, and he gets a lot of innings. But Mason Miller was, to me, like Sam said it earlier, like he was just fun to watch. So the game's going out there. I loved his entrance. I mean, to see one of those guys in baseball that could throw it over 100 pretty consistently. The A's will miss him, certainly. But now you hope those other guys come in and help the team ultimately. But this is still following the same pattern that the A's have been in, is finding the gems, developing them, and then moving them on to other teams. I'm not saying it's the worst thing that they could do here, but we're seeing other guys develop into pretty nice players. You just hope it doesn't trend continue for like Wilson and Butler and Kurtz and those guys. But yeah, part of the deadline.
DeVries is a 18-year-old shortstop, born in 2006, 6'1", 183. A switch hitter. I'm reading a scouting report on him now. DeVries already shows an exquisite knowledge of the zone and will take his walks like he's a player many years older. He needed just a little bit more exposure to California League arms before making an adjustment to their quality, which speaks as to how well he'll handle higher levels. He's proven to be a better slugger from the right side early in his career. 7 of his 11 home runs came from the right, despite getting 162 fewer plate appearances. He's also a former point guard in basketball, an agile runner, efficient on the base paths, has the range and hands to handle shortstop well, and also got some looks at second base. And look, it sucks because you see a stud like Mason Miller and you see him go, but ultimately, this is how the A's and a lot of other teams in baseball have to operate. And as they're not the Yankees, they're not the Dodgers, they're not the Giants or Cubs or any of these other spend all over the place teams. And within those guardrails, you have to look at it. You have to look at a deal like that and go, okay, you want Mason Miller? Cool. You want to contend? Awesome. You're going to have to pay a premium. Mm-hmm. And the Padres paid a premium. This is the type of deal, again, with prospects you never know. But you got to think, you're getting a lot of lotto tickets with some good odds. When you get 3 of the top 17 prospects in a very good farm system, and you get the number 3 on, with that overall prospect in baseball, that is an absolute steal for the A's. So as weird as it is, I'm just trying to transfer. If I was an A's fan right now, I'd obviously be sad Miller's leaving, but man, I'd be happy about this deal.
Yeah, you attack the right team, right? The Padres are a team that has been good consistently the last couple of years, but hasn't gotten to where they want to. They're having another good year. They're on a run right now where they've won 5 in a row. They're trying to catch the champs, the Dodgers. They want to be as relevant as possible in the National League. And now they maybe still can trade a guy like Suarez, was their all-star closer, or have an incredibly scary bullpen, which a lot of times postseason baseball is about starting pitching and your bullpen. So they've got some options, and that was the right team to go for, because I'm sure the Padres didn't want to trade their number 3 prospect overall in baseball, but to get Miller, that's what they did. So good for the A's on that.
They're trying to go all in. The Padres are. And you have to when you're in that division with the Dodgers, and that offense with Arias and Cronenworth and Machado and Tatis Jr. and Bogaerts. But also, you may be familiar a while back, there was a team that actually had 2 Hall of Fame closers in John Wetland and Mariano Rivera that took up the 8th and the 9th. To your point about Robert Suarez, I'm not saying they're going to do that, and Suarez is probably on the way, but I can think of worse things than having Suarez and Mason Miller closing out games for you. The game would effectively be over after the 7th inning.
Yeah, and that's what again, teams are doing that more and more in the postseason. Like, sometimes they'll say it as low as, like, can we get 5 innings out of the starter? You're like, 5? But then if you can get to the bullpen, you got a couple of setup guys, and then those guys could be, if they're still the teammates there, they could be your 8th and 9th, 7th, 8th, 9th, however you want to do it, and pretty lethal right there.
It's one of those things with the A's again, where and weirdly enough, by the way, maybe not weirdly, I would rather, I didn't want to come on and talk about this trade, and I thought about this yesterday. I didn't want to come on and seem insensitive to A's fans. But from the feedback we're getting on the text line at 916-339-1140, and also on the YouTube chat for example, from the 209. What are you talking about? Payne. We got the number 3 prospect in baseball. So I guess I should also give A's fans more credit. They've been through this for a long, long time. They understand the art of, gathering talent and patience. So I should give them more credit for that than I am, that they are smart enough to fully understand that this is probably a good move for the A's overall.
Yeah, let's hope so. Yeah, you got to be. I mean, look, nobody wants to hear the patience word. You might have to take a little time, but like that day that he does come up, hopefully as an A, and you see what the potential could be. And you look down the line as a shortstop, you get Jacob Wilson there. Wilson can play multiple positions. I mean, these are decisions to be made later, but yeah, good for them to add talent though.
Guys like that, guys like obviously you mentioned Jacob Wilson, Nick Kurtz. I mean, I would say the future is bright for the A's, but again, I get that John Fisher's in charge.
Mm-hmm.
But still. By the way, one other move, Eugenio Suarez goes to the Mariners.
Yeah.
So here, Chris, are you using this stat? I don't want to steal it.
Go ahead.
Well, because I got another one. If you want me to skip, I got a Yankees stat or I got a Mariners stat. Which one would you prefer me to use?
How about you go with the Yankee stat?
Okay, so coming up next, Chris will have that stat I was going to give you on the Mariners in that move. Jason, the Yankees are the only baseball team in the modern era to erase a deficit in the 8th, erase a deficit in the 9th, erase a deficit in the 10th, and go on and win in the 11th inning.
Modern era.
Comeback kids.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, you have to lose. You have to start losing a couple times in order to do that. But hey, whatever floats your boat. I mean, good teams just lead the entire time and win.
I want to get I got to find a choir that I can rent out locally because I think it would be amazing to have jingle singers whenever Chris comes in like that. Be like, well, actually. And then he says,
I thought we decided it would be To Be Fair.
Oh, To Be Fair. I'm sorry. To Be fair. We'll take a break.
Like
To Be Fair.
Named after me.
We got to pay some bills when we return. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Here's another stat for you before we go. Today, LA and the Bay Area will see 130 flights in both directions. That's equivalent to a plane departing every 6.5 minutes for 18 hours a day.
Just today?
Must be some kind of record. Yeah. I don't know. When we come back, we'll either talk about that or what's hot and what's not. We'll also go streaking as well before we get to the final hour of the program. We'll do all that right after this.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
You still have 40 million plus vehicles globally that are driving around with a potential ticking time bomb, a grenade in either their steering wheel or their dashboard. When we look to what injuries may have transpired from a defective airbag, we generally see loss of vision in an eye, or we see facial lacerations. We also see hearing loss. Unfortunately, we started seeing death after death after death. When that passenger airbag exploded, it basically degloved his entire face. He lost his nose, he lost his right eye. The type of catastrophic injuries that one is more accustomed to seeing in a Hollywood movie, not something from a device in an automobile that's supposed to protect you. Morgan & Morgan has a national reach in terms of handling and prosecuting cases, notwithstanding the team of lawyers that we have collected that focus only on product liability day in and day out.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit us at badairbags.com for an office near you. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Man, look at that return of that old king, man. Oh, wow. Emotional.
King of the Hill is back.
They got a Bob's in the airport now. Oh, that's Boba.
World has changed, Dad.
Bobby wants to bring that new girl over for dinner.
The vegan? What the hell am I supposed to feed her?
Can't we just put some grass in a bowl?
From Mike Judge and Greg Daniels.
Ready to make some memories, Dad?
Let's freaking go.
A Hulu original series, King of the Hill. Season premiere August 4th, streaming on Hulu.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time. The next time you're out to dinner with friends, you can order the shrimp cocktail for the table. And maybe you'll realize it only comes with 4 shrimp after you've already given away 3, but that one shrimp will be so good. And if you switch and save hundreds, you could get shrimp all the time. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for shrimp. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Everybody knows that Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is the spot to get yourself a brand new car. That's why people are coming from all over. Folsom, Elk Grove, Woodland, Roseville. But they also have the best selection of pre-owned vehicles. All makes and models, every one of them top quality, hand-selected by General Manager Chuck Dean. Over 70 vehicles below $30,000, over 25 below $20,000. You can see that full lineup at SacSuperstore.com. And if you find a lower price somewhere else, they'll match it. And on top of that, the best car buying experience anywhere. Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity. Introducing the 5-year price guarantee. One internet price, 5 years guaranteed. Well, by his standards, Lawrence Butler isn't having the kind of season he expected, but still, Lawrence is just 25, and he's only played the equivalent of 2.5 seasons in the minor leagues. And now he's on a pace to become the first athletic since Coco Crisp back in 2013 to go 20-20, 20 homers and 20 stolen bases.
Welcome to Dugout Radio, the undisputed home of Boomtown Baseball.
The Wi-Fi is booming with Xfinity, baby. Our next caller is
Stacy, how do you stay locked in on every pitch and play?
We stream it all live on Xfinity Internet with low lag, 99.99% network reliability, and speeds faster than a base runner beating the throw to home plate.
I stream on my TV, tablets, even my smart fridge.
Smart fridge?
With all those games, we gotta refuel.
Stream live baseball with Wi-Fi built for the biggest moments. Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed.
Hi, Sacramento. It's the No Surprise guys at Bell Brothers. AC acting up? Call Bell Brothers. Need a new system? Get $2,500 off, 0% financing and no payments for 12 months and approved credit. Just need a tune-up? Get an $87 AC maintenance with same-day appointments. We're on time, quote up front, and fix it right. No surprises. Call Bell Brothers or book at thenosurpriseguys.com.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Who is hot, Chris?
The Seattle Mariners are hot. Cal Raleigh, he's got 41 home runs, and you just heard that Gino Suarez has been traded back to the Mariners. He's got 36 home runs this season. The Mariners will be the second team in Major League Baseball to enter August with 2 players on their squad having 35 or more home runs. So my question for you guys is, you know who the other team was?
I do. I cheated. I saw this. I'll leave it to Jason.
What?
You better get it, Jason.
What year? What time?
Nope. Don't give me the year.
Mantle and Maris.
In 1961, Maris with 40 home runs, Mickey Mantle with 39.
Well done, Jason.
Thank you.
Well done.
Dave, you helped me with the year. That was actually enough of a hint of not saying the year.
Who's not?
That would be the San Francisco Giants. According to the AP's Josh DeBow. Giants finish an 0-6 homestand after getting swept by the last place Pirates. The only other time the Giants went winless on a homestand of 6 or more games came in April of 1896 when they lost 3 to the Phillies and 3 to the Boston.
Not Braves.
Baked beans.
Close enough. The Boston Bean Eaters.
Oh, yeah.
According to the Elias Sports Bureau.
I believe it was pronounced the Beneaters.
The Beneaters.
That's when I was Scoop Ross covering for the station.
You were there with Whitey, right?
I was. We were a traveling band.
Real quick before we move on here to Street King. Hey, Chris, I was reading something during the break. Tequila is now, maybe it's been this way for a while, but this is it seems that tequila tastings are growing by leaps and bounds. And when I was reading about it, it sounded they're using a lot of the same vernacular they use in wine tasting. Now, I think I remember, well, yeah, because I believe I've purchased bottles for you before. Have you ever been on a tequila tasting?
I have. That is a dream of mine.
Really?
Yeah, my aunt and uncle did it a few years back, and here's the bad thing: they went on a trip to Guadalajara, and they invited me out there, and I said no because I've got some travel plans of my own. That was in February of 2020.
That sounds like that sounds hardcore, dude. Like I understand.
My uncle has taken me to a couple of mezcal tastings that have been pretty cool.
And I don't know anything about anything like this, but didn't I hear right? Like mezcal is to tequila a lot like whiskey is to bourbon. It just has to do with region and what it's the type of agave plant, but they're basically the same thing.
All tequilas are mezcals, but a mezcal is not necessarily a tequila. A tequila needs to have 100% blue agave, I believe, and it needs to be made in tequila.
It just sounds, I understand like a wine tasting, like, oh, I'm going to sip this white and lead all the way up to the dark red. And you know, you get a little buzz at the end, whatever. Dude, a tequila tasting that just sounds messy, dude.
You're not drinking a whole shot.
Yeah, but let's say if you go to, 3-4 places, you're probably drinking a couple shots per, right? Just cumulatively.
Yeah. I don't see what the big deal is. I've done bourbon tasting,
and
it's fantastic.
How was the next day?
Huh?
How was the next?
I don't get hangovers that much.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
He's immune.
If you stay well hydrated, you tend not to get hangovers.
I was going to say if you stay drinking a lot of bourbon, you'll just be fine. You're immune.
I mean,
we had a cousin's wedding over the weekend, so
what?
There were plenty of us imbibing.
Can tequila be a sipping thing, or is it just shots?
Yeah, I usually sip tequila.
I usually have it, Dave.
Like you're
in a helmet with the two things on the side with the straw.
Like you're not taking shots of the white. You're not taking shots of the Blanco tequila. That's a little rougher. But if you get a nice añejo or reposado.
Is it like the others? Like if you drink a really good, well-made tequila, the hangover's less because it's like finer ingredients.
From what I understand, like a lot of the hangover comes from like your darker liquors because of the impurities.
So stick with the clearer, whiter ones.
That's going to be rougher to drink.
What do you think, Jason? Show tequila tasting?
Sure. How would you and I do?
Not so excited, Jason.
Well, I was just saying, you and I could be.
You just like took a smell of it right there. Sure.
we could be the drivers.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Okay, last thing. Here's what I would want to know. When you wine taste, you get like cheese and like those little stupid breadsticks that are crunchy, and you get like grapes and whatever. Like what are the accompanying foods for tequila tasting, and why do I believe they're incredibly better?
I don't know. I mean, tacos go good with everything.
Yeah, I mean,
if you go tequila tasting at each one, they have like different Mexican foods.
Yeah,
like they got like little mini tacos and then some queso fundido or what. Like, okay, now all of a sudden I do want a DD for those.
Yeah, what was it? Was it Don Geronimo that did the show like where he would drink during the on purpose and had the police in and they would do the breathalyzer? Was that Don?
Yes.
How I think you and I wouldn't do very well.
Well, I all I can say, Jason, is that I did that once with Don.
Mm-hmm.
It was for the live show, and he had a green room for the live show, and he and I were the only ones in there beforehand. And part of what he got as his, like concert artists or whatever get their, the M&Ms,
writer.
Yeah, exactly. He had a little mini writer because we sold out the show. I say he did. And we're in the back, and I remember I forget exactly what he said to me. He was like, "Hey son, you're gonna want to participate, trust me." And he has this giant bottle of Grey Goose, right? Assorted mixers, and I don't know, like some chips and different snacks. Anyways, all I can tell you is this. It started out with like we're sitting down, kind of going over the show. There's a lot of pressure, especially like I was freaking out a little bit. I was still kind of just getting started, and there's 10,000 people out there, and we're running this thing, and he's done plenty of these. And it started out with a couple of glasses of I don't know, Grey Goose and a mixer and a lime, I think is what it was. It progressed to just pouring shot glasses of Grey Goose, ice cold Grey Goose. I'll just say that it didn't end well.
Yeah. Why?
What? Some might remember how that evening turned out, but
I do.
Do you remember that?
I do.
I had a pair of jeans for the longest time that had artwork on it from that evening, as a matter of fact.
You were that excited, huh?
That was I haven't thought about that night in a long time, man. That was and that was the last time I drank Grey Goose before a live show. Speaking of drinking and doing strange things, let's go streaking right now, please.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
Streaking. All right. Dave's streak is at 0. Mine's at 1. Chris is at 7.
Wow.
But Dave, you went for the guy that's has never let you down.
Never let me down.
And that is
Wait, I don't know about this, so let me make sure I've got the song just in case you got a hit.
Okay. Well, he went with Hunter Goodman of the Colorado Rockies, who ended up being an all-star this year. Hunter Goodman got up 3 times yesterday, and Hunter Goodman let you down, Dave. No hits.
Wow.
It was great.
Really? I mean, really? Golly, if Hunter Goodman's let me down.
Yeah. I was at 1.
I had the song all ready to go.
I know we didn't know he had a song prepared for you.
Okay.
But Hunter Goodman didn't get a hit. We had a Hunter Goodman song. I took Kyle Stowers from the Marlins. He got up 4 times, and he got 0 hits.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you suck.
Sorry, it's over. It's over now.
It's over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
It was great.
Okay.
I don't like this. And Chris, well, let's see how you did then, Mr. Funny Man in there. Manny Machado to get your streak to 8. He got it 5 times, and he got 2 hits, with 2 RBI. So Chris is at 8.
How come you guys root for when you guys are on a streak, but like when I'm on a streak, you guys are like, oh man.
Because you're just such a bastard when you're winning.
So Dave, you and I are at 0. Chris is at 8, but slim pickings today. Only 3 games, 6 teams. So good luck making a pick, Chris.
Isn't Slim Pickens the guy that Georgia high school thing is named for?
It is. Yep.
Yeah.
Step into a slim pickings.
I was going to say I'm going to pick Hunter Goodman every day until he gets a hit because I want to hear the song. But he's not playing today. So give me the big dumper Ruski.
He couldn't hit any homers in Sacramento.
No. He's due.
Raleigh. I'm taking Ellie De La Cruz of the Cincinnati Reds.
Hold on, let me go through my players that I've picked so far.
Why'd you say that in the MASH voice?
In the MASH. You know what? I'll also take Ellie De La Cruz.
Wow, that's a jinx. I am on a 0-game hitting streak, Chris.
Well, one of them's going to end tonight.
By me.
Did you hear that, Dave?
No, what did he say?
We'll save it for later.
No, that's a drop. He's like, looks like you're getting lucky tonight. By me.
No, that won't show up in any of our drops, by the way.
Dang it didn't save.
But when I talk about trail mix in a funky manner, that's everywhere.
Describe it.
He's got really good sources. I mean, really gets right to the point. We'll take a break. When we come back, the final hour of the program, everybody. What's going on? Wow. We'll get into the Kings roster. Jason's got audio for you from the Shams Charania, Anthony Slater report. We'll go over this. Also, Kings have been signing players as well. We do need to talk about that. We still have What's on Deck brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing, and then we'll get into some crosstalk with Alan Styles and celebrity birthdays. We'll get to all that again. Final hour of the program coming up right after this.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Whitey here, and I want to remind you, not all grills are created equal. The Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers are built different, built better, and built to last, with features other grills can't match, complete with a lifetime warranty. It's a great time to find out for yourself because Napoleon's Pro Summer Blast is on right now. Save up to $400 today on a Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Grill. Become the envy of your neighborhood. Offer ends July 31st, 2025. Visit your local Green Acres Nursery and Supply and get grilling today on your new Napoleon Prestige Pro Grill. Napoleon Stainless Steel Grills, simply the best.
Hey, daydreamer. Did we catch you thinking about your dreams? With Wells Fargo Premier, a team can help you plan for them. So let's imagine your biggest dream. Not the easy one, the one behind it. The one you work towards every day and every night. Can you see it? Then we can help you plan for it. Ready to start planning for your dreams? You can at wellsfargo.com/getpremier.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Locash, Vincent Mason, and Abriana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Sponsored by the California Army National Guard and Hop Valley Brewing. Tickets at CITPFest.com.
Saturday, August 9th, it's the Night of Champions at Stockton 99 Speedway with a huge fireworks show. Meet past champions during the exclusive autograph session. Then buckle up for pro late models, mini stocks, and more. Tickets start at $20. Get yours now at Stockton99.com. Be there.
KHD KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacramento's official home of the 49ers.
San Francisco.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Yep. Yep. So there's this thing happening on Twitter for a while now, and it ticks me off. So our Sacktown Sports Twitter account, as they often will, they do wonderful work. They tweeted out a nice clip of us talking to Sam, about a 2.5 minute clip with a little headline. And then underneath, it says, hey, if you want to hear more, go listen to the show. They do that for all our interviews, right? And, there's already some replies underneath, people reacting to it. And loyal listener, where the hell is she? Oh, here, Jamie Scott. He says, interesting move, talking about Jonathan Kuminga. It says, interesting move is true. And then tags Jesse Whitmore. Do you think Kuminga at under 20 is a steal for the Kings? Or are they overpaying for potential? And then you click on Jesse Whitman, who has 3,000 followers. Jesse Whitman is tracking trends in U.S. stocks and global markets daily. So what they have now is they have these bots, okay, that I'll tweet to you something like, hey, Jason, sure could go for a nice cheeseburger right now. And then some follower will be like, man, you know who else loves cheeseburgers? At John Smith 74. You should hear what he has to say about cheeseburgers. And then you switch over and it's some crypto dude. And I just find myself wondering, has that ever worked? Has anyone ever been looking for cheeseburger breakdowns and clicked over to at Josh Whitman 94 and Josh Whitman wants Flurburger merger stock to go up on crypto, and I need to see. Well, I didn't get my cheeseburger breakdown, but I want to see what he thinks about this. The crypto is going to the moon.
I think it's an interesting case study in that what do we as everybody listen to when people are giving advice? Like, who are you willing to listen to? Right? Like, and I'm not just talking about this situation, bots or different things, but like when you're starting to say crypto or stocks or some things, I'd be like, well, I don't know a lot about that. So I probably would maybe at least read that and go, do they know what they're saying? Is this right? Is this something I should be buying? Why am I not spending all my money on this? But if it's something else, like, no, I don't buy any of that.
I'm with you, dude. I could be literally the worst investor on earth. I go back and I look at how I look at when I
got stock for you.
You can see your history when you buy stuff and sell stuff on Robinhood or Coinbase. And I go back and I look at it's all, hey, in 2017, I bought a bunch of Bitcoin at $7,000 or at $12,000, right? And Bitcoin's now at $100 and something thousand. I bought a bunch of Bitcoin at $12,000, and then I go and I look and I sold it at 6,700. But not only that, but then I see the little graph, and every single time when I sell a stock that's right before you, honestly, I swear to God, I'm not even joking about this. You could have looked at my investments and when I sold different things from 2017 till now, when I started screwing around with this, you could be a multimillionaire, right? If you just bought stocks when I sold them, you would be a huge winner. That being said, here's what I believe. Nobody knows anything about crypto. Mm-hmm. And I feel like Warren Buffett's the only one I should listen to when it comes to stocks.
See, now you'd listen to him, but I think you might be onto something. Like when people say you just can't time the stock market, I guess you can. Just do the opposite of Dave.
Somebody once told me who likes to gamble, they said, you don't have to be right or wrong. You just have to be consistent in one way or the other.
Uh-huh.
So it's like betting on ball games. Like, if I consistently suck at betting on a ball game, just bet against me. You're going to win every time.
There was a program that was made that buys stock to you based on Congress people's stocks.
Mm-hmm. And that had an insane, in fact, there's a bill right now to stop that kind of malarkey. But dude, wasn't it those stocks went up 300% in the last 2 years?
Oh yeah. They're doing quite well. It seems like they know how to time the stock market.
That's pretty. Probably do a lot of research.
There was, I will admit to this. There was a time in college where one of my roommates, I don't know. Everybody always has a guy. Well, he had a guy, Dave, that liked to do sports betting. So he'd come back to the apartment that we all lived in and had at that time a gambling card, a slip. It's bet on Niners and Panther, whatever the games were, whatever. And I think on the bet, then I was starting to learn about parlays and all that. And then there was another thing, there was, I can't remember the way the odds were, but also if you got all of them wrong, you also got paid. I'm like, really? Oh, I could do that. In this, not thinking the same way. It's well, wait, if I'm trying to pick winners, then why wouldn't I pick the opposite and getting them all wrong? But the same idea would happen.
You still have to get the winners all right.
Exactly. 0 for 5. I can do that. And then inevitably I'd go 2 and 3.
I wonder how if you started a social media platform and the only censorship on there, like other than like, you know, slurs and the obvious stuff that you wouldn't want is you can't talk about politics, you can't talk about poker, and you can't talk about crypto. Like how much would that clean things up?
On a platform?
Yeah, like on Twitter or whatever, you know, that type of thing.
Is that Blue Sky or no?
I guess.
Oh, Blue Sky talks politics.
Oh, do they? Yeah, I don't want any of that. What I want is I want my perfect social media is sports.
Yeah.
Dogs.
Okay.
Gadgets.
Cooking. Can there be a spot for bloopers?
100%, dude. Nope, 100%.
People
Absolutely.
aren't really hurt, but like it's funny.
Yes, bloopers for sure. I mean, he's.
What are the dogs doing in your social media platform?
I follow so many different. Like, I know it sounds dumb for a grown man father too to say this, but there's this Twitter kind of follow called Puppies. And all it is it's just dogs dogging, like different, like, hey, here's a dog dancing. Yesterday I saw a video of these people packing to leave for a vacation or something. And this big, this big floofy golden retriever saw his parents packing to go on vacation and was like, oh, and he leaves the room and he goes and he gets like a big stuffed bear and he puts it in the suitcase. It was basically like 3 minutes of him going and getting every toy he owned and putting it in the suitcase. And then he sat in the suitcase and tried to look super cute because he wanted to go.
Only to be left behind.
Yeah, I mean, they booted his ass. But
now I want to see his channel today, what he's doing to the house.
That was the start of that was the origin of his villain arc.
Yes.
As he's making piles, but
he's burning down the house.
That's all like that's the type of social media I want animal stuff. Well, not animal, mainly dogs.
Yeah. And some
Not
creativity.
cats.
There's some really creative people out there that put together stuff that you're like, wow, that's awesome.
I don't understand how they do it, man. Yeah. Like I don't even know how to do the thing where, like, if I start filming something like a video and then to like if I go in a door and then to stop it and then to start it up again in the same video, like once I'm in the door, or to turn the film, like if I'm filming something facing that way, to turn the video camera back on myself to say, I see these people doing this stuff all the time. And I'm just like, I know this is probably simple, but also like, what editing school did you go to and how do I get there? Like this, like what Alan does. Like, I don't do any of that.
I was just thinking the same thing. Alan Stiles, he knows.
It's just the age thing.
I guess so.
That's what I need AI for. Can I just throw some videos into the AI machine? God, that sounded really boomer right there. Can I just throw some videos in the AI machine and just be like, make me a video like Alan's that's a sizzle reel, and then they put the music behind it. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. And throw in a dog.
Throw in a dog. Let's see. Yeah, throw in a few dogs. Let's use AI here for a second, live on the air. Hold on.
Help you.
Should the Sacramento Kings acquire Jonathan Kuminga in a sign and trade? So yeah, let's I hit stop. Should the Sacramento Kings acquire Jonathan Kuminga in a sign and trade? It says, please. Dude, it literally says, we're busy. Please come back later. I just got put on hold by AI.
Maybe AI is working on another Kuminga trade. Do you think simultaneously right now in Phoenix, the Suns are asking AI this?
If it's Allen Iverson, do they even have AI in Phoenix?
Well, 29 other teams would want their AI.
Yeah, well, that's what AI is, or Phoenix is. You know what I think of Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, let's get into it here, shall we?
Do you want Dave? I'll ask you. You're our AI. Do you want Jonathan Kuminga on the Kings?
Yeah, I do. I if for no other reason because I I think this is the type of move the Kings need to make. Now, obviously, that's a surface question because the answer to that question is, well, it depends on for what.
Do you have deal breakers?
Yeah, I would say Keegan Murray's a deal breaker. I think if you have that Minnesota unprotected first, it doesn't have to be a Kings unprotected. So if it was
like giving that one away, it doesn't feel as bad, or does that feel worse?
Weirdly enough, it doesn't feel as bad, but that's because they've got what's his name, Tim Connolly there, and I just feel like with Anthony Edwards and friends, they'll. Like, if you asked me, if you pointed a gun to my head and said, who's going to have the best record between now and then, the Kings or the Timberwolves, I think I'd say the Timberwolves.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I'm going off of. So,
all right.
Yeah,
I'm just going to ask you a few players.
Say that again.
I'm just going to ask you a few players to see where the pain threshold is on if you'd be willing. Carter. So I'm going to say Carter and a pick.
Protected or unprotected?
I always believe in protection, Dave.
Good man. Yeah, I would do that.
Monk?
I hate it, but yeah, I'd do that. Please understand, a lot of my answers are going to be predicated upon the fact that, like, for example, I love Malik Monk, but that is a position of the Kings have more of that than they do of power forward.
Yeah. You already said no to Keegan. Ellis and something else?
Yeah, that's the one that really – I love Keon Ellis. I love what he brings. I think
the same argument be the Monk one? Like, you don't want to, but if you kept Monk and it cost you Ellis and something, you'd clean up the backcourt a little.
You would, and Keon, unfortunately, he's the exact type of player – that I want this Kings team to go after, a defense first type of dude, but also, and I don't want to discount his 3-point shooting either. I'm just saying, number one, I think they need more at the 4 than they do out of the 1-2, and Keon's kind of a tweener type of dude, but he's your Marcus Smart type maybe, but I also think Jonathan Kuminga has a higher ceiling than Keon Ellis. That's a big thing for me. Is right now I as a Kings fan, if I were the GM, I'm looking for ceilings right now. That's really what I'm looking for. I'm trying to gather enough. It's like what the A's just did. There are all those prospects going to work out? Almost certainly not. But if you gather enough of those high ceiling type prospects, you're going to find a Nick Kurtz, you're going to find a Jacob Wilson.
And then you could take those guys and get even more prospects.
and look, I hate saying this because I am a charter member of the Keon Ellis fan club. I love him. There's no but. He's 25 years old. He'll be 26 in January. He's a wonderful success story of development, and I would love for him to be a King forever. Also, though, 8 points, 2.5 boards, 1.5 assists, and an overcrowded backcourt. And obviously, that doesn't tell the story. He's a defensive guy, but let's just be clear here. We're not talking about a perennial all-star. I guess I would ask Kings fans, who do you think has a better chance of being an all-star, Jonathan Kuminga or Keon Ellis? Just straight up. We get attached to our players, and understandably so, but there's also no guarantee that Keon Ellis is going to be here next year. They did not, or they picked up the option. He has the ability to be a free agent next summer. He's got a contract extension one way or the other coming up. There's no guarantee. Imagine this. You say, I don't want to put Keon Ellis in that trade. This is on the radar. And so you don't get that trade. And then Keon Ellis walks this summer for nothing. Okay, great. So there's a lot of things that go into this.
Yeah, speaking of overvaluing, sometimes it's the unknown, the thing we haven't seen yet, and we've only got a little taste of this. I'm going to ask you this one. What if Neek Clifford, the Warriors, called and said about Neek Clifford?
Yeah,
like my reservations would be high right there. I'm like, no. But then it's like, what is he? I mean, I'm a big fan of him already, but we really haven't seen him play. I mean, truthfulness.
No, you're right. I will admit that there's probably we are prisoners of potential. When you're in a bad situation, when you're on a bad team, you do become a prisoner of the unknown, and which is why Maxime Reynaud may very well end up being a starting center, all-star, second coming. That is 100% sure. It's on the table. Jason, there's overwhelming odds that Max Reynaud is going to be a journeyman center that has maybe a 5-year career, and this is the highest his value is ever going to be. It's because of the unknown. It just is. If you look at the history of the NBA, that's how it works. So for me, I am a prisoner of potential with Clifford. I just said I'm into the potential of Jonathan Kuminga, but I also think that Nick Clifford plays a position and is the type of player that this team really truly needs the most.
Yeah, I mean, we can't forget. I mean, let's take you back to, gosh, it would have been about 2021, 2022, maybe. There's probably a time where people are like, no, you can't move Robert Woodard, because we this guy could be something, and he wasn't. But you don't know.
There were times in the world of our fan base. By the way, I'm not judging. I'm sure I was in there many times where the following things happened, to your point, like, no way. Okay, how about this? Imagine this time, 2018, somebody's offering a current all-star, maybe a low-level all-star, but they want Marvin Bagley in the deal.
Right.
Kings fans would have laughed that person off the radar, dude. They would have laughed him out of the room. No way. We would have had segments on the show where some ding dong like me would have been like, you can make an argument that Marvin Bagley right now is a top 10 young player prospect in the league. I mean, he's an untouchable. He's the most untouchable guy on the team. Blah, 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 blah. Idiot. And he stunk. Same thing. I guarantee you at some point on this radio station, there were texters, callers, and probably hosts that were like, yeah, I really want to hold on to Kyle Guy. He's got that championship pedigree. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, you know what? Thomas Robinson is a guy that is absolutely going to kill it in this league. He's going to be amazing. Harry Giles. I love Harry.
Absolutely. We all do.
I know. I love him. But we overvalued Harry Giles. Harry Giles got a lot of Chris Webber in him. I mean, he was the number one prospect out of high school. At
that time, Cleveland's going to have to throw in more if they for LeBron and something else for Giles.
Right, exactly. And it's for the Kings right now, it's all about darts. It's all about gathering darts on the dartboard, and that dart can be draft picks. That dart can be Jonathan Kuminga is a little bit more, I think, less of a dart, considering we have 4 years of looking at Kuminga, him coming up in that environment. He started at 18 years old, seeing what he did against the Minnesota Timberwolves in the playoffs this last year, seeing the flashes we've seen from him, that there is a real world where Jonathan Kuminga, look, hyperbole alert, okay? James Harden left the Oklahoma City Thunder surrounded by Ibaka and Durant and Westbrook, and went on to have this, even though I can't stand his play, a Hall of Fame career. I'm not saying obviously that's Kuminga, but sometimes when you're surrounded by mountains, moving on and getting a little more spotlight and focus can and does elevate your game to a different level. And I think I don't think that would be a miraculous thing with Jonathan Kuminga. I think that's very much on the table with him.
Absolutely. And I think you're right. It's like you're going off of potential and what he has done to date, right? And I think, can he be the guy here on age, on potential, on opportunity? And I think it what I like about it is it kind of what we talked about earlier with Sam. It's the Kings, I think, are trying to thread the needle. That's the phrasing we've been using. And it can still kind of take you in a direction either way of pushing that needle forward in a positive direction, and maybe even the other way, but not in the fact that he was a negative. It's just like, all right, you cleaned out some things and it might help free some other routes to go, or like, all right, we are going to go younger, but he's going to be a centerpiece. So I think it kind of takes you down a path, also balances the the potential starting roster better. There's just some. I think there's some positives to it for sure.
916-339-1140 is a text line. I've seen a version of this question. A couple of different places. Ask yourself why the Warriors don't seem to want Kuminga back. If he comes to the Kings, you start Sabonis, Murray, and Kuminga. Where's DeRozan go? Levine just playing with Steph, get a player more or less open looks. If the answer is more, isn't it easier to be better in that environment? Well, I would say a couple things. First off, I don't buy the Warriors don't want him back, but it does take two to tango. And this definitely screams to me like either Kuminga is trying to leverage more money and more playing time on the Warriors, or he's a kid who was drafted into the NBA as a damn near child at 18 years old, has spent 4 years going to the University of Golden State Warrior, and now wants to graduate and go be a grown-up and do his own thing. I don't think the Warriors necessarily undervalue him. And I understand your point about Steph and being on that team, but after Steph, you've got Jimmy Butler, maybe Podziemski. That it's not like Kuminga couldn't fit in if they wanted him to fit in, but I think Steve Kerr has this very understandable reliance on veterans and folks that do it the right way. And it's been a long time really since Steve has had to develop young talent. And I would ask you, I think Steve Kerr is a great coach, and I think the Warriors are a great organization. I think anybody calling balls and strikes has to say both of those things based on their unbelievable success over the past 15 years. There's just no doubt about that. But when was the last time they had to develop anything? And if they did, for example, for every Brandon Podziemski, or I guess you could say even Jordan Poole, how many James Wisemans are there? How many Moses Moody's are there? How many Jonathan Kumingas are there? These guys had the number 2 pick in the Halliburton draft, and I think Moody was number 7, or maybe it was Kuminga. They were in the top 10, top 11, top 12. Sometimes it's just a lot easier to go, these are my go-to guys, and I don't really have time for you right now to teach you your ABCs. That might not be the best environment to develop a lot of these guys.
Yeah, and I think the other part of the Warriors situation is based on their trade last year to get Jimmy Butler. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I read that Butler and Curry are going to make $113 million, the two of them next year, and it's like $118 the year after that. So, I mean, a lot of their money is invested in those two, and Kuminga's looking at this as a payday. They're trying to find that sweet spot for him and them, and if he wants closer to that 30 range, is that a neighborhood the Warriors can live in? That's a lot of money for those two, him and then Draymond. And then that's kind of the team that's like, is that the team that's going to be good enough to win it all?
Well, and as we go to break, Jason, I think that's really that's the unspoken truth about the Warriors that nobody really wants to talk about because of a respect level. But when it comes to Steph Curry, when it comes to Jimmy Butler, when it comes to Draymond Green, I mean, God bless them, but also it's kind of like when you pay for the name brand. It's like, you pay for the name brand car because it's flashy, but you could get one for half the price that's just as if more reliable. At this point, you're paying a premium because their names are Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green. You're paying a premium if you're the Warriors because it's unconscionable to trade Steph Curry. It's unconscionable to trade Draymond Green. And Steve Kerr wanted another veteran, but I refuse. Look, to me, the Warriors, you want to talk about a ceiling, they're in a much better position than the Kings win-loss wise, but they have no shot at winning a championship next year. In my opinion, they have absolutely zero shot at winning a championship unless the Thunder and about 3 other teams ahead of them all collectively break their ankles. But you're stuck in that situation because in almost like the San Francisco Giants a couple years ago, you're paying a premium for what these guys have done for you over the last 10, 12 years, and you probably should, but that's also a no man's land. So we'll take a break. Jason said all that, by the way, not me. When we come back, let's get to what's on deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. We'll do some celebrity birthdays with Alan Stiles and Crosstalk as well after that. Final half hour of the program after this.
Visit SackDownSports.com and join the SackDown Sports 1140 newsletter.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Fidium Fiber.
From the KCRA 3 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Tamara Berg with your Thursday forecast. Off to a comfortable start thanks to the touch of the Delta breeze for the morning. As we head into the afternoon, we'll have bright sunshine, light southwesterly winds. Temperatures up a little bit this afternoon. Expect highs in the lower to mid 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
It's about time they
fix that pothole.
Invented better windshield wipers.
Made an internet that just works. Fidium Fiber Internet, starting at only $30 a month. It feels like Fidium. Offer available to residential customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See Fidium.com for details.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity. Introducing the 5-year price guarantee. One internet price, 5 years guaranteed. Well, by his standards, Lawrence Butler isn't having the kind of season he expected, but still, Lawrence is just 25, and he's only played the equivalent of 2.5 seasons in the minor leagues. And now he's on a pace to become the first athletic since Coco Crisp back in 2013 to go 20-20, 20 homers and 20 stolen bases.
Welcome to Dugout Radio, the undisputed home of Boomtown Baseball.
The Wi-Fi is booming with Xfinity, baby. Our next caller is
Stacy. How do you stay locked in on every pitch and play?
We stream it all live on Xfinity Internet with low lag, 99.99% network reliability, and speeds faster than a base runner beating the throw to home plate.
I stream on my TV, tablets, even my smart fridge.
Smart fridge.
With all those games, we gotta refuel.
Stream live baseball with Wi-Fi built for the biggest moments. Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed.
The Giant Summer Sale is here. Get giant savings on our giant selection only at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save during the Honda Summer Event and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. See all our specials at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
20, 15, 10, 5, diving, is he in? He is!
The NFL is on Westwood One.
Down the middle, it's caught over the shoulder in the end zone! Touchdown, Smith! And that may make it insurmountable! Wow!
The NFL Hall of Fame game live from Canton, Ohio. Chargers and Lions. Tonight starting at 5 right here on Sacktown Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is going to be fun.
Yeah! It's time for What's on Deck. Brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing.
Alrighty, yo. Alan Styles and Celebrity Birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies coming up in the next segment. A lot of stuff going on today, 3 p.m. The baseball trade deadline. That means that Alan Styles and then is it Whitey and Kyle this afternoon? I'm sorry. I don't know. Isn't somebody on vacation?
I don't know.
Well, the afternoon guys will have
as hard as we do. They don't all work as hard as we do.
That's right. That is right. Well, somebody will have all your coverage for you right here on Sacktown Sports. There's only 3 baseball games today. It's because all the GMs have to all get together and,
and stuff.
GM. Yeah, exactly. So there's that. And then the NFL Hall of Fame game, as you just heard, right here on Sacktown Sports. We are just hours away. What are we? 8 hours away, less than, from kickoff. Chargers and Lions. Jason, you mentioned this morning Lions favored by
1.5.
They're now favored by 2.
Whoa, what do they know?
What do the odds makers know? The over-under is 33.5 on this one. Mm-hmm.
That's really low.
It really is, honestly. It's going to be a defensive battle, and we know that. Look, I'm not going to lie, man, and I say it every year for the Hall of Fame game. The Hall of Fame game is it's the gate. It's the gate to better things. You got the Hall of Fame game, and then coming up this Friday. Is it this Friday? No, I'm sorry. Oh God, that's right. I hate that. Why don't they have the Hall of Fame game on Thursday and then the preseason starts that weekend?
No, it's like its own isolated thing, and the guys go in the Hall of Fame, but we have to wait till next week for the other teams to get going.
It's so stupid. That's like it's like in baseball. You have like opening day in Korea in February, and then a month and a half later is actual opening day, but then one team's already 7-3.
Mm-hmm. Just like that.
It's exactly like that. That's right. We don't really get the goods until the weekend after this one. But you know what, Jason? Starting tonight, we will have NFL football every Thursday or every weekend until February.
That is great. If you got a preseason ticket, would you go?
No, I would. It'd be hard. I'd be hard pressed to go to a regular season game.
No.
No. Yeah. I'm not a huge go to the football game guy.
Okay. At all?
No.
Wow. There you're going to be in your USC gear supporting your daughter, though.
I have to. Yeah, that's for. Yeah, but here. Well, no, I mean like. Oh, okay, that sounded bad. I want to, but here's the difference. For most of what I will be doing. Oh, wait a minute. I just thought of something. Being that I'm going to be going to a bunch. Hey, I just thought of something. I hadn't thought about this before, Jason. I wonder if I can get a USC media credential for the season.
You're like, hey, I know this is a weird request, but I really just need to be there for halftime. Like most people are like, I'm going to cover the post game. I'm going to be on the field in the pregame, all that. You're like, no, I'm just going to watch the halftime performance.
I hold on. I want to think this through because
maybe you could do a story on the band.
That's what I'm saying. I would. That's one less ticket I'd have to buy. Just buy one for Mel and or Mason if they went down. But dude, how about this? I then have field access, and then I could be that much close. That would be her nightmare. I could be close. It's like, why is the credential guy taking pictures of that girl in the band? But I could be right there videoing my kiddo.
All right, sir, come with me.
Yeah.
We've seen the sickos like you before.
We've got questions, and they're all concerning.
The guy gets a media credential for college football. How weird would that look to their, what is it, the DNI, or what's the name of the PIO? You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
RIP.
No, the girl or the guy that's in charge of the stuff.
SID.
Thank you. The SID. Wow, that's really weird. We got a request from Sacktown Sports in California, in Sacramento. Maybe I could play it off as like I'm trying to do. We're doing, and we want to follow a major program. Because, oh my God, we want to follow a major program because Sac State's trying to become a major program. So I'm doing a year-long thing, and I'm even going to travel for some of these, and I'm going to go talk about it on my show. But really, I'm going to these football games. I mean, yeah, I'm going to end up watching some football. It's major college football, but honestly, I'm sitting as near the band as I can, so I can watch my kid play trumpet. Which, let's be honest, how fun is that? I'm just there for the
snack
experience of seeing her doing it, but it's not like I'm going to be like, oh my God, she hit that note. That was amazing. Roar, the pom pom. Just seeing her swing
in high school.
Yeah.
Did you go to the football games?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. See? I mean, why do you have to do this at USC?
I have an answer. Just hold on. Can I have 3 seconds to see if I want to give it? Yeah. Okay. I will. So I went to the football games, especially in the beginning, but my kids go to a smaller, more artsy kind of school.
So like USC?
No, we're like Division 9.
Oh.
And okay, you actually brought this up yesterday. You remember Not Another Teen Movie when the kid got tackled?
Oh, yeah, Marty. He got broken in half.
That was pretty much every football game for my kid's school. No, I'm not joking. These poor little bastards would go out there and they had no business being on a football field, dude, at all. And then they'd end up like 4 times a year, they'd play a program like El Camino. And it would be like, and the team lost 74-2. And the 2 was like the El Camino guy just stepped out of bounds in the end zone. And every game, I'm not even joking, like 4 or 5 of our kids got, taken off the field for injury, to the point where I remember talking to Melissa, like, should somebody at some point say something like, are we dealing with, because I feel like we're dealing with kids that probably don't want to play, but they've got like Emilio Estevez's dad in Breakfast Club. They're like, you got to go out there and you got to want it. And then these poor little kids who are like, I like math, go out there and just get slaughtered by some 6'8", 400-pounder offensive lineman for, Grant High or whoever. So they actually discontinued the football program. That's how bad it is. Like, I think last year they did not play football.
I like math.
And these kids probably have a really good future going to some nerd school and having some great nerd job and making nerd money. And instead they're out there with smash face McGillicuddy, who's a 4-star recruit, just absolutely pile driving them into the 30-yard line. So yeah, it got a little difficult for me to go. I go to all the basketball games because we have a chance there.
Supposed to be an exhibition.
Aaron says, Dave, if your daughter goes on the field prematurely celebrating a win and opposing team's player knocks her down, who are you blaming? It's a great question. If my daughter ends up being the one who gets like spiked by the football like that one tuba player, oh man, I don't know. On one hand, I'd want to kill that football player. On the other hand, sweetheart, I've told you before, you got to pay attention to your surroundings.
Yeah. And famous forever.
Infamous.
Yeah, that too.
Like El Guapo. So anyways, yeah, I think I'm going to apply for a credential and go down there. But as far as the preseason, you go to like 10, 11 football games a year.
Yeah, I do.
But do you go for the love of the game?
I go for the band.
From the 916, my son played water polo in high school. One of his teammates' parents never came to a game because they didn't need to see him exercise.
Quote, exercise.
I was a assistant college basketball coach for my old high school, and it felt like we were just free babysitting because none of the parents came.
Well, that's usually like when the kids start out playing. Like when Mason played Little League when he was 6, it's like Tommy's in left field picking a winner out of his nose. Jimmy's in right field throwing little clumps of grass up the air. And then Chucky in center field crapped his pants and somebody gets a hit and everyone just runs to the ball and piles on each other.
Control yourself, Chucky.
Chucky had that problem. That's why we always wore the road unis.
The road darts.
We'll take a break. When we come back, what we do? Celebrity birthdays and what's on? Nope, not that. Celebrity birthdays and crosstalk with Alan Styles as we wrap up the show with Jason Ross and Chris Roulade next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
A couple years ago, I was in the bathroom at the airport when I dropped my smartphone in the toilet. Not smart. I was multitasking when I should have been focused on the job at hand. Embarrassing, but I'm not alone.
According to Google, 7 million other multitaskers accidentally dropped their phones into the bowl last year. A gentle reminder that right now you can get yourself a brand new Samsung Galaxy A36 absolutely free with a $35 plan from Pure Talk. The A36 comes with scratch-resistant Gorilla Glass and a battery that'll last all day, along with unlimited talk, text, and data on America's most dependable 5G network. In other words, it's tough and smart. Something to think about next time you're multitasking and the necessary. Just dial pound 250, say keyword Mike Rowe to get your free phone today. You can make the switch in just 10 minutes. That's pound 250. Say Mike Rowe to switch to a no-nonsense smartphone and a company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-838-6767. That's 800-838-6767.
Grab the keys to a new Toyota. This summer comes with a full tank and endless possibilities. Your Toyota's ready for it, and right now, so are the deals. Get a low-cost lease on the all-hybrid 51 MPG 2025 Camry or Dynamic RAV4 and meet the all-new 2025 4Runner. Summer doesn't last forever, and neither do these deals. So hurry into your Toyota dealer and don't miss your chance to roam. Toyota, let's go places. Offers available through TFS buyers with premium rated credit. Offers end date 4/25.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A+ Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal, you should feel better about that. Or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Locash, Vincent Mason, and Adriana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Sponsored by the California Army National Guard and Hop Valley Brewing. Tickets at CITPFest.com.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
And Alan Styles.
That's right. Alan's here. He's ready to roll.
Alan Styles putting up sizzle reels.
Yeah,
it is a new one.
All right, we noticed.
I literally, I had to update it.
I mean, the other one was about
I'm
10
confused though, because it's an old one but a new one. It's dated July 7th.
Yeah, I forgot to pin it.
Oh,
yeah. But now
pretty cool.
Once you guys brought it up, I pinned it.
It's Alan behind the mic. Now he's on the mic at the River Cats game, then the Republic. Now he's doing exercises, and now he's going on the field. Now he's doing more exercises, and now he's back.
It's on the. Why is it?
And now he's there, and
is this
jump rope?
Take that off.
No, the people want to see.
We don't want to see it.
Skipping.
Yeah, you got to warm up.
Oh, you and
now
Dinger.
I'm running faster.
Now you're. It's like you're
okay. Enough.
No, why? You put it on Twitter. What? We're not allowed to talk about it. We're helping promote you.
By the way, you just reminded me I have an announcement.
Oh, do we have? Hey, Chris, do we have breaking news?
When it breaks,
we have it first.
It's Sacktown Sports breaking news.
So, as everybody or a lot of people know, before I was working with the River Cats, I was doing a lot of the MC in-game hosting with the Oakland Ballers, right? So they have a connection to the YOLO High Wheelers. They're both in the same division, kind of a rivalry, if you will. Well, the Ballers are playing the YOLO High Wheelers on Saturday. I'm throwing out the first pitch for the first time.
Whoa.
Wow.
From the mound up top.
I'm going from. Come on.
Heat. Curve.
See, do I just get it there? Because I don't want to overthrow and then spike. So I think I might just airmail.
No, you gotta give it a little bit of gas.
I'll give it a little something.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
I've never thrown out a first pitch before.
Various questions, and we can give you advice if you need it on throwing out first pitches. How are you going to be tagged? Are you going to be Sacktown Sports as Alan Styles with the Sac Republic, Alan Styles with the River Cats?
I think it'll
here's
probably
a guy.
Yeah, here's a
Rackman.
No, I think it'll probably just be former Ballers host and host at Sacktown Sports.
Host with the most.
And River Cat, whatever they want to throw in there.
But you're getting Sacktown Sports in there.
I'm getting it in there.
Will this be the next reel?
It's definitely going to be a part of the next reel. Get the HD camera ready.
No matter what happens, we're going to see video of this, correct? Even if it's the worst first pitch ever, you make that commitment?
Of course.
You can take some advice from Stephen A. Smith and have an awful first pitch because more people will share that than if it's a good first pitch.
That's fair, but I don't think I can do it.
A really good first pitch.
Yeah, I might huck it a little bit.
Like, didn't Kaepernick and like Russell Wilson throw like 92 or something?
Yeah, I think
right
they
down
had
the
some
middle?
gas.
Yeah.
Alan, I'm gonna tell you something. I really like where Chris is going there because you are a hustler. You're out there. You're doing all the stuff. You're making it happen. You're making connections. You're paying your dues and then some. Why don't you just hit the mascot right in the nuts? And it's going to go viral. It's going to go everywhere. And then the next thing you know, people will be like, wow, this guy sucks. I wonder what his radio show sounds like. And then boom, to the moon.
Yeah. Now he's going to judge people on their athleticism.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's
Stephen
my brand.
A got like a full week out of that.
Yeah.
It's not really my brand, though.
What's your brand?
It's baseball.
It's
being real, right? It's being real, Dave. So if I'm being real, I can't purposely hit someone in the stones.
Well, why don't you have someone throw a first pitch to you and you hit it out of the park?
That's what I want to do.
Yeah, why don't we have a first hit?
Yeah.
Funny enough, that is what callers do. They do a first hit, a ceremonial first swing.
Ah.
Well, before we get to celebrity birthdays, I'd like to submit that your whole brand of being real doesn't match with your videos you pinned, because if you were being real in those, you already should have done like 4 exercises during this conversation.
I'm not a walking reel.
But I'm saying in the real, it's like I'm out here hyping. I'm out here going 3, and the next thing you know, I'm running the.
I do run during the breaks. Ask Kyle. I run during the breaks.
I've seen you run.
Really?
Now what?
Where do you run?
In here, and probably upset.
Like to the refrigerator.
Thump, 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 thump.
Couple burpees. Get back to work. Burpees and breaking news. That's the Alan Style Show.
That's the Alan Style Show. All right. Celebrity Birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Hey, after a nice long workout and making appearances at every minor league ballpark in Northern California, Alan Stiles loves to celebrate with a nice sleeve of Crumble Cookies. Jason Ross.
All right. On this day, guys, July 31st, in what year did the movie The Lost Boys come out?
Oh, yeah. We had to watch this in school.
Okay. So you know.
I have not seen The Lost Boys.
Why? I don't know.
History class, right?
Yeah. Sure.
I'm 100% going to get this right, so I'll happily go last. I'm calling my shot.
Oh, he better get it right then.
I saw this in the theater.
80s, man.
1985.
I was going to say 86.
Okay.
They're close. They're a little early, though. That would be 1989.
I'm glad Dave called the shot. We have no correct answers. Alan was the closest, 86? Yeah, it was 1987.
Damn it. That confidence to get me there.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was.
But Dave, you're going to get this one because
I was 2.
You referenced this movie quite a bit. I think you just talked about it yesterday. Basketball.
90s, man. That was later 90s, though. Right?
I think it's 97.
Yeah.
No. I'm going, it's either 98 or 99. I'm going to say 98.
99.
Okay, we have a correct answer that goes to Christopher Law, 1998. Happy birthday today to J.K. Rowling.
Oh, hey.
Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, Chris.
That's your girl.
I'm going to say 57.
60. Oh, you're curious to why it's 60.
Joanne Catherine Rowling is 63.
I know you like Harry Potter.
What's your theory on 60?
Whenever they're more random, it's normally a big birthday.
Oh. Well, you know what? We have a correct answer, and it goes to Alan Stiles.
Dude, do you watch tape on Celebrity Birthday?
Yeah, breakdown.
Put that in the reel.
Mark Cuban.
Who
is still on Shark Tank, Kyle.
Yeah, for these reasons, I'm out.
Yeah.
He's 64.
I think he is older than we think. 65.
62.
Alan's closest, 67.
Wow.
Wesley Snipes.
When? Oh, no, the new Blade. Is he going to be in the new Blade?
I don't know. There's a new Blade coming out.
It's forever.
Always bet on black. Passenger 57.
Yes, good movie. Great movie.
I think Wesley Snipes, the weird thing is you would think this Wesley Snipes and Mark Cuban were both born on the same day. They were both 67.
I don't think he's that old. 64.
63.
We have a correct answer that goes to Christopher Laud, 63. Last one, former Bengals receiver. Yeah, A.J. Green.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, we just tried to look him up. Well, we didn't try to look him up, but we were doing a Bucks trade. And instead of the 2 different A.J. Greens.
He's 36.
Yeah, you know, wide receivers.
Yeah.
What?
Younger than you think. I'm going to say 35.
38.
Tie between Dave and Chris, 37.
Good
job. What's coming up, Alan?
MLB trades, of course. The latest Kuminga talk and why this is all planned as far as what he's doing. And Dan Favale of Bleacher Report joins us at 1 o'clock.
It's not Favale?
No.
I've always wondered. Okay. When he picks up the program in just minutes, Alan Stiles neglected to tell you, he will also tell you whether the Kings have finally hopped off their no Keon Ellis part of that Kuminga trade. Have they finally committed to including him in that? Alan Stiles has all the information for you coming up in just moments right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings. Sacktown Sports 3.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Going through another trip.